Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Cloud Ninja Podcast. Today, we're joined by our two lovely co-hosts, of course, Free Gaming the third, and of course, Mel, the creator. And today, we're talking about Boruto Chapter 15 spoilers and also Dragon Ball Daima Episode 2. Facts. I guess both of y'all kind of. Well, I don't know if you guys actually did give y'all ratings for the chapter, but both of y'all give y'all opinions about the chapter. Could y'all give like a quick run through of y'all opinions before I give mine, or if y'all want?
All right, are we starting with Daima or Boruto?
Oh, I was gonna start with Boruto. I was gonna
No.
start with Boruto. Yeah. Oh my! We ain't even plan this out
I
real
mean,
quick.
either way, it's fine. But yeah,
Yeah, I start. Yeah, I start with Boruto. Boruto channel on it. I know our subs would appreciate starting with Boruto. So yeah, we'll start with Boruto. Wait, was Diamond out? Yes or no? Wasn't yesterday? It was 2 days ago.
no, this episode 2 dropped yesterday,
Oh yeah. All right.
and
So
the manga for Boruto drops tomorrow. So
yeah, the official release for the manga.
yeah. So well, I guess just for me, I I thought the chapter had some issues. I had some problems with some of this stuff, but I think a lot of those problems stem from the unofficial translations. So I'm
Mm.
kind of reserving my judgment really for tomorrow for the official release. But I really did like Mitsari in this chapter. I mean, yeah, looking like an absolute 10 out of 10 baddie. Gara looking suspect. Shinky, he's looking good with his like noble sacrifice for his pops, but ultimately, I had some issues with how he got captured. It seemed a little weird given where he should be scaling right now, or where I hypothesize he scales. Um, I also the stuff with Code was really interesting with him like getting the Luke Skywalker treatment with the hand missing. That was pretty interesting. Par for the course for his character being like kind of dumb and doing stupid things. So that's not unexpected, but it's a little bit ridiculous, I guess. And I think his getting packed up kind of informs the scaling for Himawari. Um, and a lot of other
Oh yeah.
characters as well. Because I was doing a stream and just like back of the napkin scaling, I was like, I got Himawari right now over Boruto. Um, Minus Uzuhiko shenanigans, but yeah, I got her over Boruto right now. Just given what happened and like, yeah, she's her stock went up because of what happened to Code. It's like a little domino effect there. But right now, I think the chapter's probably just probably like a 6 out of 10. I think the official release can allow me to bump it up to maybe certainly a 7, perhaps even an 8, but certainly no higher than that. I don't think. But yeah,
All right. True. I feel. Well, before Boruto, they made some like impressive decisions in this particular chapter. One of the first ones being like having, well, since we just talked about Code, like having Code essentially be back into the storyline. Now it seems like the Shinju are essentially using him as like a pawn, kind of putting him back to where his original spot is supposed to be. We heard about all the people talking about how Code's destiny is just to like live out other people's destiny. I guess Code is coding, bar is barring, referees refereeing, like regular stuff happening. But what was your opinions about Code now coming back to the original storyline?
um,
Was it a
it
good
well.
idea? How's it going?
Well, it certainly had to happen. You can't just have him just fade off like Homer into the bushes and then just dip for the whole franchise. So he certainly had to come back. I suppose it's like, am I surprised at how soon it happened? Uh, well, not really. Not really. I did find it interesting that no one else sensed him creeping except for Ryu. Or it could be they
Yeah.
did, but they just didn't care because he was just so inconsequential. That could also be the case. But I'm fine with him being back because I think it needed to happen, and it's like you have chores or things that you adulting. Okay, you got adult shit that you need to do. It's best just to get the boring shit, the lame shit out the way first, and do it quickly so that you can do the fun shit later. So yeah, bring them in as quick as possible. Let's get this shit over with. Put us out of our misery, and just have him back in the series. And yeah, we can stop dreading when he does show up randomly. So yeah.
No,
Hey,
yeah, I
bruh.
feel.
My question
Mm.
for you is, did you geek, and is that the reason why you was in the hospital because you found out that Kawaki had limiters on him? My
Bruh,
man's had a
that right
complete
there,
heart attack on the toilet. He was like, "Oh, my man's back."
damn that, damn that, pretty much. But you already know when I found out Kawaki had limiters, bro. That was one of the most exciting parts of the a whole entire chapter. Like, let's be honest, we all knew that Kawaki would eventually get like a power up before it to just be like this simple. I guess. Like, I'm super happy. Now, the only thing I would say is like it's kind of like a cop out. We don't have to see Kawaki go through training. There isn't like some sort of like historical or like big background to a Kawaki potential power up. So like I don't know how I feel about that too much, but the fact that he gets a power up, I love it, bro. Come on, hey, we all knew it was happening. We all knew it was coming.
Yeah, I don't. I never thought that he fought on a Shiki or a G in power level. Like, I know they say that he was trying to not kill Boruto, but like Boruto was finessing him in a way. They seemed like they was on equal footing.
I mean, when they were fighting, yeah, but now like Boruto is like complete next level.
No, I'm talking
And
about
one of the things that
Borashiki. I'm talking about Borashiki. We took over Boruto's body. I would have assumed
yeah,
that
and they were
like
kind of
yeah. I was assuming like Kawaki would at least be like at least almost Jigen strength,
yeah, for
but
sure.
it
And to
doesn't
be
seem
honest,
like that with that.
he could like kind of still be up there. It's just that all the other people kind of got that strong as well. Code released his limiters. You got all the other characters like the Shinju's running around. So like he could just be that strong, but everybody else is just that much stronger. But I do think that Kawaki and Boruto are probably gonna like be equal throughout most of Boruto and Boruto TBV. So like with Boruto's like huge power up, I'm assuming that with Kawaki's now having limiters. If he does take the limiters off, he's probably gonna be like very, very close to Boruto. Right now, I think that Boruto watches Kawaki. Absolutely, we can't even cap right now. One of the biggest Kawaki fans has to say it. But once he does take the limiters off, like I won't be surprised if he's actually stronger than Boruto at that particular point. The only thing that I will say, and we might have to harp on, is like how we were harping on Naruto back in Shippuden. Now again, we weren't we weren't in calls like this back when Shippuden was going on. I wasn't even following around, but Naruto's bag wasn't that big. Similar with Kawaki, Kawaki's bag isn't that big. I think that Kawaki just because of limiters being taken off, I think it's cheap because we won't really get to see Kawaki learn new abilities, learn new techniques. I think that could possibly take away from the overall character of Kawaki. Like let's be honest, if we're in like the later days, we're fighting the Otsuki gods, and Kawaki's still just trying to shrink himself down and use shadow clones. It's like, what's going on? Like, where's the bag? You feel me?
Nah, that shit was dog shit writing, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you.
With the
I
limiters,
mean,
with the
I'm
limiters
fine.
still.
I'm fine with like I think it's a good thing for the Kawaki character and the Kawaki fence because, like I was saying, it's a stay of execution for his character. Because my God, he needed some relief. Okay, he needs some pain relief, so something. I don't know, some Robitussin, some Pepto. Like the Kawaki fans out here suffering. So we needed something, all right.
We
And this
needed
was a
to
stay
go
of
to
execution,
Perky
but
Dance.
it's an ass pull. It's like, oh, we've been fucking him over for like a year plus, and yeah, limiters. I'm like, so you put limiters on this kid to protect him. So you made him weaker to keep him alive. And like I was telling Free Game, it was like, well, maybe he felt like if he was stronger, he'd be more emboldened to do stupid shit. I
Or making
I
him a
don't know.
target.
I feel like I'm maybe trying to justify bad writing or whatever, or just head ass writing. But I don't know. I'm waiting for the official release. But
They can explain it in a way where it's like, hey, if they would have made Kawaki too strong too fast, he could have probably killed Jigen, killed everybody else, and not went along with Amato's original plan, which was to revive his daughter. They could explain it away in that, and of course, all the other times where it's like maybe it could have been advantageous. There was just some other stuff that could have gotten away, like maybe at that particular time where hey, maybe he wouldn't have felt to the point where he would have betrayed Amato. Maybe it's the fact that he would have been emboldened at that particular time and tried to kill himself. So I feel like they could go point by point and actually explain away why they didn't necessarily like release the limiters off of Kawaki. Even though I will agree, it does seem like kind of like childish writing. I wish they would have actually just had him unlock one of the divine arts, similar to like what Kashin Koji did. Like just give him some brand new stuff that makes him extremely overpowered, not just have like an elevated stats of like all of his regular abilities.
What
Bro, it's
if
like a
what
fucking
if
Gary Stu. Just gave him some shit. Like, okay. Sure.
what if Amato is like hiding something? Like maybe Amato isn't as weak as we think he is, and if he would have released the limiters on Kawaki, that would have made it so he's out of his control. With the limiters, he can, control him if he has to. Like, you got the kill switch, you got all that. But as far as like the limiters go, maybe that was just to weaken Kawaki so he would never rebel against Amado.
Yeah, that
Kind of
could
like
be the
the
case.
Android 16 and 18 thing. Like, he made his creations way stronger than him. If he was smart, he would have put on like a limiter on him, like, so they couldn't kill his ass. But maybe Amado he was watching Dragon Ball and he was like, I'm not making that mistake again.
I mean, I suppose like I need the official release, but like the unofficial translation is like it was done for his protection. Because like with Cole, they give like a pretty reasonable justification for why he had limiters. At least I felt. But for Kawaki, the justification seemed a little odd. It's like so like when were the limiters placed? I would imagine. I mean, he had like the horn right when he was fighting Momoshiki towards the end of part one
Yeah.
of the anime, at least. But I'm like,
Yeah.
I would imagine that's not limited Kawaki. That's probably like him at his like peak. Even though his performance may seem a little weird, given that he was going up against Momo, and if you think he should be stronger than Momo, then X, Y, and Z, and blah blah blah, right? But I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure people when they think of Kawaki at his peak, they're probably going to say that horn state. So I don't think that would be like limited Kawaki unless he's like limited at his max. But then we getting like fucking we doing too much. So like I'm like, when did it happen? Maybe post that. So like, hey, I need to find a way to control him. So let me limit him. But even with the limiters, they still couldn't control the motherfucker. And then
Right.
also, doesn't Kawaki have like a shut off switch that he can just voice command off? So
Yeah.
can that just control him? So like then it's like, okay, well, what enemy is around for him to like, hey, if he's so powerful, he's gonna go after this enemy or whatever. Bro was already still trying to go after Code with like no matter what. I mean, hell, it happened in a future possibility or whatever that bro got packed. So we know he goes after Code no matter what. So I'm like, okay, well, it's every time I like to make a turn, I'm running into a fucking wall, a dead end with the logic. I'm like, what the fuck? So my saving grace is the official release. Yeah, for me.
Yeah, true. Kidomaki, I don't know if you here, but if you are, what are your thoughts on Kawaki's
Yo,
power
big
up?
kid on
Did they
Maki.
do it correct?
Big kid on Maki.
Yeah.
Round of
Oh yeah,
applause
big
for Kid on
Kidomaki.
Maki.
Hey, what's up?
What's
What's
going on,
up?
bro?
Yeah,
Can
thoughts
you hear
on
me?
Big Kawaki's power up? Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Um, I think it's fine. I mean, I don't really care about Kawaki, so maybe that's why. So it's just like, it is what it is. I think it when it happened is way more interesting because I get the the translation was a bit weird, but I guess I kind of, interpreted it as something to do with omnipotence. So like he said he did it to protect him. So I'm thinking maybe because he thought Kawaki was Boruto this entire time, like maybe he kind of limited Boruto. So if he limited Kawaki's, he thought he was limiting Boruto, so Boruto wouldn't, have the power to kill Kawaki. So that's how I saw it, you know. But now that he knows, that Kawaki is Kawaki, or maybe he's like, kind of figuring it out. Maybe he's like, okay, and that's why he's going to release it, you know. So that's how I saw it. But maybe that's not it. Maybe he did it long before that. Maybe, as Mello said, maybe back in chapter 65. Maybe it was limited back then. I don't know. So it's a bit weird, but I guess it could work. I don't see any problems with it overall.
With the so how do you think in what form do you think the limiters manifest? Because given your theory, if he wanted to limit Boruto, how would he do that if Boruto is not a cyborg? Because I'm thinking like the limiters are linked to like the cybernetic X, Y, and Z, or like in a similar vein of code, or it could be maybe you thinking karma.
I think it could, well, it depends on how it works. We have no idea. So it could be the case that it just works overall. Like we've seen in other media, like people get limited with some form of mechanic. Like, maybe they don't need to be fully cyborg for it to work. Maybe it's like a chip that's inserted that targets the chakra system or some nonsense. Who knows?
Do you think?
Because we've seen him create like a fucking what's it called?
You said a Pokemon.
The handcuffs.
No, the handcuffs, right? And
Oh,
they're able
okay.
to like make Boruto table level. So
Yeah, that's where I was gonna
anything's
go.
possible, I
Yeah,
guess.
those handcuffs might have been like a clue to like the limit, the
Yeah.
mechanic in which the limiter, or the form in which the limiters come in, maybe, perhaps.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't know. We don't fucking know, which is probably an issue. Maybe we should find that out at some point. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know,
Hopefully.
but
I'm still trying to figure out the cuffs. So I mean, maybe we can get some lore on that at some point, but probably not.
no. I know there is some problems with it, but I am just happy that Kawaki did get an overall power up. I thought that was needed throughout the storyline. His character was getting like extremely underrated or extremely undervalued, I should say. But I do want to ask, when do you guys think he would actually like release the limiters? Do you guys think it'll happen in the next chapter? Or you guys think it'll happen like a few chapters down the line?
It has to be soon because they're on a time set. I mean, Boruto kind of stressed that they're on a timetable, but then soon is relative. From our perspective, like inverse. So if we're going like our perspective, chapter wise, I mean, I'm thinking it's probably. I mean, certainly a confrontation has to happen next chapter. So I'm thinking maybe in the next. I'm just gonna hedge my bets and just say like the next 5 chapters. I think we'll get him unlimited.
Yeah, I think that's super safe. I think that's
Yeah.
super safe. I mean,
5 months. 5 months.
yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm hesitant to ask this question because Boruto writers they've shown a propensity to not actually have this, but usually when characters have their power up, they have like some fodder that they fight to pretty much show that they're this much stronger. But if you guys recall, Cole got his limiters removed and he got absolutely demolished by Damon. But like, if there was some fodder for Kawaki to fight, like after he gets his power up, who would it be?
Himself in the mirror. I don't fucking know. Like he gonna create a shadow clone and box himself. That's what he gonna do.
Yeah, bro. My dream fighter would be Cold. I hope he packs up Cold.
Nah, I think he's going after Boruto, bro. Unless
But-
they,
That dude's, he's
bro,
not.
he
He's
gotta
not
get that. He gotta get that lick back, bro.
Nah, he got to go after Jura, bro. He got to go after Jura. I mean, Jura's not fodder, but I mean, bro, he two-shot him, bro. So I can hear myself. Hello.
Yeah. He won't win. Like if he goes after Jura, he won't win. Hopefully he's smart
Don't
enough
think
to
so?
not go after him. Yeah, come on.
Do you think Kawaki Unlimited is beating Himawari?
Yeah,
Fuck no.
for sure.
Hell
For
no.
sure.
Bro, I got Himawari over Boruto right now.
Who's the options?
because of this
Boruto, Jura. What other options did y'all bring up for?
I mean,
For
like
what?
Boruto's. No, I was gonna say that Boruto said that he needed Kawaki unlimited for them to defeat Jura together. So I'm thinking, like Kawaki isn't beating Jura by himself.
But how does that
Yeah,
work? Because as soon as he pops Karma, Boruto's fucked.
That's
don't
what I
think
was
he-
thinking. Like maybe. No, go ahead.
No, I'm saying I don't necessarily think he needs to pop Karma to potentially win if he's fighting alongside Boruto. But again, like we do have to talk about it. Like he has the karmas to when he fights against Kawaki at the Valley of the End. So technically, he did. I'm guessing like have some sort of like
Control over it.
like regulation to Momoshiki. Like maybe Momoshiki isn't actually like popping out every single time. So maybe they get that figured out by the time they actually do fight against Jura. But like I think they'll figure something out to where he can actually use the karma seal.
I feel like the fight with because they're stressing like the urgency of all this shit. Like, we need to get this shit in. So I feel like the fight is looming. So for me, like, is Boruto going to resolve the Momoshiki issue so soon in the series? Because that would have to be the case, right? If he's going to fight side by side, unless you think like base Kawaki is going to get busy on somebody.
I think so. If his limiters are removed, I think it's possible.
And you know one thing that annoys the fuck out of me about Momoshiki and this whole dynamic? Boruto be getting packed, but bro never comes out. Like, even in the anime, but that's the anime. I'll get away from that. But like, where's this dude, bro? Like, it just seems weird
because
to
of
me.
Arizona's abortion.
Like, does Momo not talk to him? Like, when he was being like cornered by like the Shinju in chapter 4 or whatever. Like, was Momo not like, yo, bro, listen, the fuck out of here? Like, what's happening?
I have an idea about that. I think it has to do with the what Boruto mentioned in the spoilers. So, you know, their mind consciousness, the consciousness of Momoshiki and Boruto were coming together, like merging to form one entity. It's like a Gogeta or Vegeta when, you know, Goku fuses with Vegeta. They become a different person. I think that's what's happening. And I think it's something Momoshiki doesn't want. Because if it happens, like, technically Momoshiki no longer exists. And Boruto won't exist either. It's like a different person.
Right.
I think it's negative on both ends. And maybe Momoshiki believes that if he doesn't communicate with Boruto, it kind of slows down the process. I mean, I think maybe that's why. Because Boruto says he's been silent for the last 3 years. And 3 years ago is when that started to happen. So I think there's a direct correlation there. But yeah, I don't know.
I like that idea.
So
like
do you think
Yeah, I
in the
like it
past that Momoshiki took over his body, or you say in the last 3 years he didn't manifest at all?
No, he didn't. Well, based on what Boruto said, he hasn't. No, he did say that he used the karma seal and he felt like he was
That boy
dying, but he
plotting.
was still alive. But he didn't say Momoshiki came for it. He just said like he felt different, you know. But he specifically said Momoshiki hasn't spoken to him in over 3 years. So
That boy plotting. He plotting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gotta be.
He plotting.
I mean, man, he ain't plotting shit. Listen,
None of his
I
plans
was-
ever worked.
I was
though.
like, man, but yeah, like he's number one. He might, you know, what, you might be right. He might be plotting some shit, but yeah, you also are right times two. The motherfucker's schemes is not gonna fucking work. Okay, it's like Scooby Doo villains. Okay, those meddling kids. If it wasn't like, it's over for that dude, bro. Like this, for me, I had expectations for what this would be, right? Oh, why isn't Boruto using karma? It's just, oh, some incident 2 years ago happened, and now you like pussy about it. It's like another oh, how did he get his scar? Oh, that's how it happened. Oh, the prophecy about the blue. Oh, that's how it happened. Oh, Momoshiki is not. Oh, that's how it. It's like, oh, disappointment after disappointment after fucking disappointment.
I don't think this right here was disappointment. There is some underlying things that will have like some long term impact. Like Kawaki talked about, like the karma still seems like it's getting worse. Like it's not getting better. So I think they're probably gonna have to find some way to potentially reverse that. Like we heard Boruto talk about it in this particular chapter. It's not the first time Boruto said it, but he said like if they pretty much made the pact, hey, we're gonna pretty much defeat the Shinju, and if Momoshiki pops back up, then you could kill me. I think eventually they're gonna have to handle the Momoshiki thing, and I talked about it a little bit earlier. I think they're probably gonna fix like Boruto's karma seal to where he can actually like utilize the karma seal without that like direct fear that Momoshiki takes over every single time. So I think there was like some long lasting effects by the explanation.
There's no probably it's gonna happen. We saw it in episode 1.
Yeah.
Boruto is using the karma seal, so
Now, that was one of them snuffed out futures, bro. They about to retcon it. They got a whole new design and everything.
that's one thing I think is set in stone. I think it's a fixed point. I think it's gonna happen. That's why Boruto says.
But that he has the karma seal during that scene.
Yeah, no, like he has the karma seal and he's fighting Kawaki and stuff.
Bro, if I see him with a different T-shirt, a different set of boots, like, nah, bro, that shit is different, bro.
That's just to sell toys, man. They already sold it with the original. They have to switch it up, you know. It's like Naruto. Gave him a different 6-pass design while claiming it's the same form.
Nah, Boruto need that long hair. He need the fucking horns, the devil horns. He need Kenshinki's little chakra. If he had like one of the little halo things, like from like Zamasu from super, except it was like Kinshiki's little red. That should be sick as fuck, bro. Be like some Ichigo, like was it Vastalorde Ichigo?
No,
That
he
should be
needs
cool as
the
fuck.
he needs the Aryan haircut.
Patara earrings.
That's what he. Yeah, he's that shit, bro.
I do actually want to see what the Boruto and Kawaki fighting style looks like because they're hyping up this Juro versus Boruto and Kawaki scenes, and I believe that like again it is up in the air. We talked about it already. Like if Boruto will actually use the carbon seal, but if he does use the carbon seal and they get to like resonate their carbon seal off of each other, like we've seen what happened before already when they fought against I forgot who it was. I think it was Boro. But yeah, we've seen what happened already. Like they were pretty much like destroying cats, like when they resonate their carbon seal. So now after Kawaki releases his limiters, after Boruto now has that future training with my guy Kashikoji, I want to see like what potential combination they could pull out. I want to see.
Man,
Imagine if you use the new Rasengan, the Rasengan Uzahiko, but it's resonating off of Kawaki. Like, what does that look like? I don't
I
know.
think it'd be
that's gonna
cool.
be boring, bro. It's gonna be boring. I'm sorry.
Chill.
I
The
think
reason
I
the
think it
reason
would,
being is that Kawaki is boring. Like he just has that one
we on the
hand
same
thing
page, bro.
that
We on the same page, bro.
he like. It's like
Impossible.
like how many times can he stab someone? It's like I yeah,
This
I
is
want the
like saying
fight
how
to be
much
more
times could
like
Rock Lee
JJK
punch
fight,
someone?
bro.
No, it's just it's
But the
like
thing with Rock Lee is using different techniques, bro. It looks in when someone is fighting, bro, with taijutsu, it looks interesting. But
Yeah,
when he's just
and
like, oh, I'm
Kawaki
just
fights
gonna charge at you
taijutsu.
when I'm gonna punch you. I'm talking like skilled I can use taijutsu, bro, but I'm not Bruce Lee, okay? So it's the same thing. Kawaki's me. Rock Lee's Bruce Lee. There's a big difference. You're not gonna
Nah,
watch me fight. You're gonna watch Bruce Lee fight. So Kawaki's charging and he's gonna punch with the rock hands and he's gonna explode. It's the same thing over and over again, bro. Even Naruto, he does the Rasengan, but at least he comes with a different Rasengan. A big bar Rasengan, a magnet Rasengan, a Rasen Shuriken. It's the same thing with Kawaki over and over again. It gets boring. I'm sorry. So yeah, I'm interested in seeing Boruto use the Uzukiko, even though that's gonna get boring as well. We've seen it twice. So yeah, hopefully something interesting. I hope the fights in Boruto can get a bit boring, I will say, because it's repetitive. We're not seeing different styles being used. If you read on JJK, the fights tend to last a bit longer. They're using techniques and strategies and uh kind of merging techniques together and working together and stuff. Like Boruto fights, they punch for like 2 pages and then it's over. So I'm like, you know, I just want it to be a bit more interesting, but we'll
I
see.
manga wise probably.
Yeah, but
But
it's
if
in
we're
the
talking
manga.
anime, I think
I'm
it's
referring to
completely
the
different.
manga. No, but I'm referring to the
Uh,
manga when referring to JJK and even in Naruto. Like they make it interesting, but the fights in and Boruto is like monthly, so yeah, wait a month, you're gonna see them fight. You're hyping up this fight for like months, and then the month finally comes and the fight is like two panels, and you expect me to wait like the next 5 years for it to get animated. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I just hope you know
I
it gets
agree.
a bit more interesting.
I agree.
Yeah, it's just like when you like pull up on a live stream and you don't leave a super chat donation, it's like absolutely insane, bro. It's kind of crazy. But speaking of that, you guys should definitely leave a super chat donation if you want to support the channel. Toss a coin to your local streamers. Definitely helps out. Provides extra content for you guys, all that good stuff. Shout out to our channel members if you want to do that. Hit us up on the join button. Just smash that button, as they say. But yeah, we'll appreciate the support, and it guarantees your questions, comments, and theories to get answered. And also share the content and then like and subscribe because that's just a thing you do at this point. You should know this by now. But yeah, no, but the shameless, and I am very shameless with my plugs. Okay, no shame in my game. Aside, yeah, no, he's right. Kawaki's dog shit. I mean, yeah, we got to stay up execution with like, a brother in 2024, 25 with a mullet has to be A. B, like, come
This
on,
guy.
I'm a mullet brother,
But
really.
I gotta agree with that fashion decision. But if we were to just rank Kawaki and just say, hey, is he stronger or weaker than this character after he gets his limiters removed? Do you think he'd be stronger than Code?
Fuck
I got
no.
another character after Code too. Or you know,
Have to be.
keep in mind,
Because I have
Definitely.
I have a code relative to base Boruto. I think the only way Boruto can beat code is with Uzahiko. I think Uzahiko scales Boruto way, but that's like an external boost. And like the higher he gets, like he has to like fucking stay 10 toes down and like fucking
True.
like his fucking spirit bomb shit. Like, oh, distract them while I fucking charge. Like, give me your synergy. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. So like, yeah, like this fucking dude. You just go back and like watch the fight, the actual fights. Like this dude is relative to Boruto in base. It's only through Uzahiko that he and like advantages because Code's a retard and he just makes stupid assumptions and then Boruto has like future knowledge and shit. Yeah, he has like a lot of contextual advantages over Code that people don't take into consideration. Code's not weak. He's a dog shit character, poorly written, horrible design, retarded as fuck, but he's not weak.
Bro, them eyelashes on.
He's like Shinky.
Yo, I need to hit his eyelash plug so I can sell it to you females.
That shit is, bro. How does he see, bro? Like that shit is hectic, bro. But that's why I was saying, like, if you take a look at, like I'm assuming like a Jura who claims he's going all out, or at the very least he feels like he wants to, so you can make some assumptions about what he was actually doing. Who's charging, and I'm assuming a charged attack is more powerful than just like a rapid fire one. That's typically the case in this type of genre of media. So I'm thinking like when he was going up against like this guy who claims he's going all out, we can just say that, and then he has a charged eye attack versus a Code who's like, sorry, I can hear myself again, but versus like a Code who just like gets his durability bypassed from like a quick fire eye beam attack. It's like super kind of interesting the scaling with that. But I think Hima's definitely your Gohan. I think she's the wild card and she's fucking everybody shit up on God. Maybe not Jura and maybe not Damon probably. But and she still has like what her little lock on shit, Byakugan, maybe a Tenseigan in the future. She got like a whole host of things. Like she has a ways to go. And I still have her over base Boruto.
Do you think that she'll be able to utilize those, like her KK Genkai with the Tail Beast mode?
I would say most certainly. Otherwise, it's just a missed opportunity. Like it would be one of those like things where I would invoke my legendary word, which I should put on the shirt at this point. Incompetence. Okay, like how the fuck you got a Byakugan user and you don't use a Byakugan? Like fuck out of here. It's like Sardo without the Sharingan. It's like, bro, why? Like I don't understand.
I got a question to follow that up in a second, but I do have to point out. I do believe that Boruto is stronger than Code. Now, I do get that this right here wouldn't necessarily be based on anything that we did see in the text already. But I feel like, in just my opinion, I feel like Boruto is probably leagues ahead of Code. And the only reason why he really used the Uzahiko was probably because he wanted to end the fight as soon as possible and probably didn't want to kill him off the rip. Like, that's probably like the only reason I feel like he used the Uzahiko. But I do feel like Boruto is probably like leagues ahead of my guy. But on a him...
I would agree.
Or leagues? There's no way he's leagues. Even if you think he is stronger, you can't have him like leagues.
Yeah, I think he's stronger because like when you go back to that flashback, it took like Claw Grime Code. Limitless Code with his Claw Grimes to attack Sasuke and Boruto. And Boruto.
Yeah, but that's not like really relevant for like current Boruto scaling. Code.
I mean, it can be. Would you say that at that point, like now that Boruto is stronger than say Sasuke?
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Then with the buff of him having all the Claw Grimes and stuff like that, you don't think
is that a buff?
Yeah,
I mean, Chocho was she was getting busy.
But
with
he
him.
had a lot of them though. If you go back to that panel, he had a whole heap of them.
One of the things that Chocho mentioned was their numbers. So
no, I'm
like
talking
she
about
mentioned they were weak, but they were the threat that they posed were like they were just large in numbers.
They were evolving too, though. You got to take that in consideration too.
Yeah, but I don't know how to quantify that evolution. Like how I measure that, or
with Boruto's power, one of the things that I was thinking about, like, I don't necessarily think we've seen all the abilities that he did learn from his like future self. And I think once we figure out, like, once we start to dive deeper into his actual bag, we'll start to realize now that this guy's actually like a real different guy. And one of the things I do want to point out, we haven't necessarily got like legit update on his speed? Like, did his speed update to like 20 years post like current future Boruto, or is his speed and strength like still like regular 17-year-old Boruto? So like, I think that right there would be like an important thing to probably gauge, because at this particular point, I think speed and strength is probably going to be like super important in regards to going against a character like Juro, who already showed to be like extremely fast. Remember, Cole tried to do that speed attack in this particular chapter, didn't work out for him. He lost his arm. So like, I feel like that would be important. But overall, I do think like the extra abilities that he did probably learn, the techniques and other stuff, I feel like that probably puts him above Code, to be honest. Well, oh,
Bro, Cole
Different
does get
thing.
impacted by the Shinki Shinju, bro. Like, nah. Oh, we do it. Bro had that dude dangling from his neck. Crazy. Oh, let me go, let me go. Nah, bro.
oh yeah.
Took both
Then-
arms
So-
too.
Yeah, but we know these Shinjus get like these crazy exponential amps.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
true.
And we don't know where
I don't-
Shinki's
I don't- I don't
baseline
think
is.
Boruto was
Shinki-
able to battle
There's
with
no
him.
way Shinki is stronger than Hidari, bro. There's no way.
What?
No, I
You
don't-
think so?
I don't think Shinki is stronger. Like normal human Shinki, I don't think he's stronger than Hidari. But like
Yeah.
Bug
Ryu though.
Bug Shinju, that dude's fucking nasty. Like I said, he pressed Boruto, had him running away and begging for help. So like, I mean, these Shinjus are fucking nasty. And like even
I think-
Boruto, he can't win without Uzuhiko. He can't scale. It's very clear versus the Shinju.
As of
I
right
think
now.
it's
As of
it's
right
it
now.
more so has to do with not the person, but also I think the person does factor in. But I also think the time spent being a tree is also a factor. I think that makes
Also-
sense. Because that's the only way to explain why the Bug Shinju is so strong. Because he's really powerful. I think he's maybe top 2 or top 3 based on his feats against Boruto. I don't think he's weaker than the Matsuri. The Matsuri Shinju is the last one. I think Hidari is stronger than the Matsuri. I think the Bug Shinju is maybe around, it depends on when Bug was turned into a tree. We have no idea. Maybe Sansuke was turned into a tree before Bug. We don't know. But we know those two are likely stronger than Matsuri. So I think it has time more so to do with when they were turned into a tree. And that determines how strong they come out, maybe.
That's interesting.
Because otherwise, like, Bug has no basis for how strong he is. It just,
Yeah, that's what I feel like there has to be some mechanic that has yet to be explained with how they get these exponential increases. I was kind of playing around with Baryon mode in like the last one, like they're just running around with Baryon mode or whatever. Or there's some kind of fusion happening that results in some like explosive increase in strength, whatever the case may be. Whether that's true or not is kind of blah. I don't care either way, but I think there's probably like it's like the Soul Thorn shit. Like when they first showed up, you didn't know about that, but then later on they revealed it, and now it's a part of their little lore. So I think there's some mechanics at play that we haven't been made privy to for sure. And the time duration thing could definitely be one of them. It sounds like a pretty solid theory.
Maybe that can be incorporated if like Jura decides to like research Baryon somehow. Like say
Baryon mode Jura, that's
takes-
crazy, bro.
Say Bug takes Aidis clairvoyance, he can go look back on that battle.
Yeah, because like he was
Bro, he's so
talking
strong
about
already.
he was talking about Himawari like being less, like she's basically more like the Shinju. And then you got Baryon mode with Kurama and his death, and maybe he retained something because like when you have a juror who his wording kind of leaves open because he's like, you make me want to go all out, so you can maybe argue if he actually did, but I think it's okay to say that he did. Is everyone like okay with that? I mean, maybe.
Wait,
At the
say that
very least,
totally.
like she makes him want to like try out his powers and like go all out for like the first time, at least in comparison to what he was doing against Code, to where he's like leaned up against a wall with his feet crossed and his hands in his pocket.
Yeah.
So like I'm looking at like Hima, who's getting her ass beat, but she's eating those hits. Like she gets hit by an I-beam laser, and the only like visible damage really is like her clothes get like tattered. And then, like, yeah, she's healing a little bit, but like she doesn't get maimed like Code does.
But the next question I'd have to ask is, was Jura feeling that impulse because he was fighting against a character who was just that strong, or because he was fighting against his actual target, which was the Nine Tails?
I think it was. What I think it was he said that he was impressed by her evolution.
And he was never interested in the Nine Tails. He wanted Naruto in specific. He was just
Well, he wanted
tracking
Naruto because he had the
Naruto because he thought he still had Kurama.
Yeah, like that's why he wanted Naruto. Like I feel like his
I don't
actual
think he
target
wanted
was
Naruto
Kurama.
because of Kurama. I think he just like he knew that he can track Naruto because he had the Biju chakra. So he was like he was tracking him down with that because he never said anything about Kurama.
No,
But the thing is that if that was the case, he would have just left Himawari because she isn't Naruto.
yeah.
So the mere fact that he still tried to devour Himawari, I think, kind of indicates that the target was Kurama. And it also makes sense since he's the incarnation of the Ten Tails. You know, he's going after the Biju.
So you think
Yep.
he's after Kurama as well? Kiddo?
Yeah, I think his actual target was Kurama.
I think that's
Yeah, I could be wrong.
reasonable. I think it's reasonable to say because
Yeah.
like, what the fuck else does Naruto offer? But at the same time, like they're like, what the fuck does Gaara offer to Arif?
Exactly.
It's
and
like
what
like
does Sarada offer to Hidari?
yeah, like they seem to just want to satiate their curiosities, even if like they don't get like some grandiose thing from having consumed said target. Is say, hey, you're interesting to me. I like the way you combed your hair. I'm gonna devour you to find out. Like, yeah, like it doesn't have to be some like, oh, I figured out the secrets of the universe. Because like, what the fuck does Hirari get from devouring Sarada besides just satiating his like hunger for wanting to do so?
Exactly.
So that could be the case with Jorah and Himawari.
Now, I don't want to pull Carmelo Anthony type pivots here, but like that right there is the reason why I feel like the Jurors or Shinjus, period, they're probably eventually going to eat the chocolate fruit. They're probably going to off code, right? They're not letting that slide. Code, they're not code. Jura talked about it. He said it's like a gathering of information from like everything. Like so, like he knows what it is. Like he's probably going to eat it. Like, his main goal is to gather information. Like he's going to eat it. Like, I don't see how he does it.
Like he's going to like not do it because of code of all people. And it's crazy this fucking dude, bro. Like, can you guys tell me? Because I'm not like really in like the community like that. Are there actual legitimate code fans?
Yes.
Do these people like fucking exist?
Yes.
Like, I'm not even bullshit. I'm not even like going
No,
around like.
seriously, yes.
I remember seeing a lot. I haven't been on Twitter in a minute, but I remember seeing a lot. Kitamaki, I know you're a Twitter vet.
but not. I haven't been on Twitter in like 2 months, bro. Enough that shit.
So we gotta get back on that.
Nah, but that shit's
Twitter,
annoying. But yeah, I did see some like code fans. You know, they exist. It's more so people who like you know, they believe it's like some.
Who sniff glue? Those types of people.
Yeah, not some of them, but some of them are more like, you know, we can read into the narrative, you know, more, and we can see where it's going. We're investing in stocks.
There ain't no fucking narrative in Boruto. What the fuck we think? Yeah, come on, let's keep it a beam, bro. Stocks. We've been covering this series. There ain't no fucking narrative here, bro. Let's stop it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing that, you know, like Bar invested in Kawaki stock.
The Kawaki stock,
and, you know, and now they're going up. So
why are you doing that? Why'd you do that?
Hmm?
I mean, you know what? I get it. Kawaki was like him in part one.
Yeah.
So like when he comes over, you expecting him to be like, you know, James Harden from the Rockets, but now you got like balding James Harden. It's like, he can pass,
It was like the Tesla stock when the electric car was just invented, bruh. We knew Kawaki was going to be involved in the storyline from episode 1. It's like once we see my guy get fired, it's like, all right, so they're beating him down because they built him up all part 1, and now eventually he's going to get a power-up. So like now he got this power-up. Like I'm just expecting, or I'm hoping, that the power-up isn't like the Code power-up, where it's like he gets a power-up and we just never see it like come to reality. Like I don't think Code ever caught a W yet.
They going to hit him. So. Now he did in a possible future. He packed your boy. In a possible future, which is funny because like he might have.
Not taking it.
he might have gotten packed up because of the limiters that were meant to protect him. So like we never
Yeah,
fucking know.
facts.
But
Yo, I'm
Crazy.
trying
yeah,
to hashtag
it's
Kawaki
interesting.
fan. I can't find nothing.
He ain't nothing there. I mean, he got a decent looking jacket. I mean, it's alright.
Yeah, I saw that on here.
Well, I mean, as a Kawaki investor, we do have to point out the possibility that Kawaki may actually become the next Hokage. Like, we can't just let that fall by the wayside.
I'm sorry, what?
What?
The fuck are you talking about?
Boruto,
I mean,
bro.
he
I'm
is
sorry.
the son of the seventh Hokage.
Bro,
The
I can't
elders
even.
pretty much.
I
The
can't even
elders casted a
clearly.
bunch of doubt on
The son of the
Shikamaru.
seventh.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Bro, listen. Listen, this ain't no fucking monarchy, okay? This motherfucker just don't get it because people think he blood. Like, bro, I had to get him past Sarda first, bro.
But he's
I
also
can't
one
even,
of the.
I can't
He's
even
also
confidently get Karma version 1 Kawaki over 3 Tomoe Sarda, bro.
Alright,
I
now
can't
we
even
gotta
confidently
stop
do
it.
that, bro.
Now we gotta stop it.
I'm just saying, bro. Bro took more L's than any side character in the show, bro. It's insane.
He's arguably the strongest character in the Hidden Leaf Village. He arguably has the most experience
Nah,
with the
bro.
Shinju.
Bro,
Mitsuki,
whoa.
Mitsuki said he's stronger, man.
You do realize Konohamaru has better feats in TBV than your boy, right?
Stop it. Now we're just trolling. But
Hey,
Kawaki
I'm
already
serious.
right now. Kawaki already right now is top 3, inarguable. After this limiters that gets
Top
removed,
3?
he might be top 1. Yeah,
Top
absolutely.
crazy.
Top 3
Wait,
versus
hold
who?
on. Give
Hey,
me
how-
the entire
how-
verse.
how do y'all
No,
feel?
not the entire verse. I'm talking about the Hidden Leaf Village. Becoming Hokage, I'm talking about. Like, so for him to
Oh,
become
not
Hokage.
strength. Okay.
Yeah. Well, no. It is strength. It is strength. But I'm talking about
Nah,
strength in
he's
regards to the Hidden Leaf Village.
Bro,
Bro,
Like,
can't
Damon's
become
probably
Hokage.
number 1.
He's a Damon victim. He's an Ada victim.
Yeah.
A Damon victim.
That's why I said top 3. After the limiters are
Boruto
removed,
victim.
Boards is not in the Hidden Leaf Village. He's
Himawari
actually
victim.
banned, to be honest.
Sarda's
Himawari's not
taking that
spreading
kid's lunch, bro. Bro, she walked up to an Otsutsuki, looked him in his fucking eyes, and said like, "What's good?" Like she got a handle on this. Like she has a measure on that fucking dude. And then like the chapters that follow kind of made that shit make a lot of sense. Because at first I was like, "Yo, I like you, Sarda. Like you my girl. Like what you doing right now, bro?" Now it makes sense, bro. But
We see multiple interactions with Kawaki and Sarda, and none of them ended well for Sarda. That's all I gotta say.
wait, in TPV, Two Blue Vortex,
Bro,
Two Blue Vortex.
And anytime we
even
see
saw
them.
the possible timelines, man. Crazy.
Well, so in Two Blue Vortex, you didn't see that, bro. Stop the cap, bro. Stop the cap.
Anytime, at any time in the Boruto series, anytime they came
Yeah, but
face
now-
to face, it was
Bro,
never
I'm
a
not gonna
constant
lie, bro.
encounter.
Now you pulling the
Sarda
free
fought
game, though, bro.
Kawaki should probably get packed, bro, because we know first she's gonna forget to activate the Sharingan.
That's a fact.
Wait, but does she
Yeah,
need
so-
it, bro? Like the fuck? Like her reaction
Come on,
speed
bro.
and
Here
base
we
is
go.
fucking
Here we
insane.
come. This is what we're talking about. Kitamaki.
No, but I'm dead ass, bro. Her reaction speed and base is fucking gnarly, bro.
No.
All right, it is not in comparison to regular Shinobi. In comparison to regular ninja,
Wait. You're already wrong because in comparison to fucking Shinju, what are you talking about?
But Shinju are kind of like, well, I guess it's kind of different because my guy didn't really have his Sharingan in, so technically the Chidori itself wasn't necessarily like the best Chidori.
It doesn't stop the speed of the technique.
Right, true, but it stops the speed
What
of
you
the Chidori.
talking
Like, you
about?
gotta get attacks. Like he couldn't really react in time. He couldn't react in
No, he
in-
couldn't
in
react because
time.
he got fucking blitzed. That's why he couldn't
Because
react.
he had tunnel vision, he couldn't react.
I had tunnel vision when he he did the striking variant of the technique. What tunnel vision? Like what do you like? She went from base. She went first of all. She was already. If you watch the panel, dude was in mid attack before she ever even reacted. So that's already like limiting the amount of time she had to do anything. She was in base, reacted, triggered her Sharingan, ducked the shit, activated her jutsu, blitzed him, and hit him with a fatal wound. So much.
Oh yeah, by the way, like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, cause help us out with that algorithm. And if you got a super chat, any questions you want to ask, go ahead, drop them down below. And if you want to just directly just send it to us, cause YouTube be taking money, send it to Cash App, Cloud Ninja Podcast. But yeah, I just wanted to do that brief little interlude.
him off, and then like grab like never mind like the speed from her activation of her techniques, and then the potency of her Chidori string that even affect his durability to bypass it to where he could even be stunned like that. Never mind all that, right? Even though I'm gonna use it. Never mind all of that, right? Never mind all those feats. What the fuck Kawaki got? That's why I wasn't even joking when I said Konohamaru has better feats in TBV.
Speed and strength. We've been saying this for years.
Objectively true.
Kawaki blitzes Sard, all due respect. But to be honest, like this
so
doesn't
if I ask
even
you
go
to prove
against
that, how would you prove that? Prove it right now. Prove it.
At this particular point, I wouldn't be able to prove it. Like we don't really have that much feats of Sard and Kawaki and TBV. But like to be honest, this doesn't even go against my overall point in regards to like the next potential like Hokage. I feel like all these umbilical cord merchants, they could be the next Hokage. I talked about how Sarda could potentially be the next Hokage.
Bro, it's two Hokage candidates, bro. It's Sarda and Konohamaru. That's it. Don't nobody want that fucking job, bro. That job is cheeks.
Come on, bro. I feel like, I definitely feel like Kawaki could be one of the Hokages, and he could probably end the Shinobi way just off of becoming Hokage.
Bro,
Can Kawaki read?
He doesn't care about people, bro.
Did he get an education? Can he even read a scroll? Have we confirmed that? All he can do is throw some hands, and he barely doing that. Like, is he an educated man? Do you know that, Bar?
He can get educated. He can get educated,
bro. What kind of Hokage?
He can pull up on. He can pull on Kashin. He can pull
Bro's
up on
a grown man. He can't even read, bro. We can't even confirm that he can read.
He can pull up on Kashin Koji. Come on, bro.
No, Koji's packing him, bro.
Stop it,
bro. That prescient shit is nasty. No. Wait. Koji can literally steer. Like if you ever get a scene where Koji's confronted by Kawaki on some like demon time shit, it's only because Koji wanted that shit to happen.
It wouldn't even be like I don't even think they
allowed
beefing.
it to happen.
I don't even think Kashin Koji and Kawaki beefing like that. Like, so I don't even think it'll be on some like hostile stuff. Like it'll just be like, yo, teach me how to read.
Koji's prescience is so fucking nasty. Like anything that ever happens to that guy, like it's because he wanted it to happen. So I'm not saying like it guarantees that he will never lose because he might. Hey, my death is a necessity for whatever conclusion or whatever type shit. But like, if it does happen, it only happened because he wanted it to happen. Because dude can really steer the direction in which he like what future he arrives at. It's fucking insane.
I could agree with that. I just don't think he'd be opposed to like teaching Kawaki how to read in a situation like that.
I looked into the future and saw you were illiterate.
Reading. That's crazy,
bro. Can we talk about Mitsuri being a baddie? Like, Mike, look at that panel, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
God, like, look at that hip out. That shit is popping that hip out, bro. Like, come on now.
Can we get to
bro,
Daima?
Yo, speaking of Matsuri, Shinki's weak, bro. Shinki's weak. Gaara's weak. They're both weak, bro. They got packed by Cloud. She didn't even move, bro. She just standing there. Shinki got packed by Cloud.
Shinki definitely got packed, and I don't like the way he did it. My only justification is Ikimoto's head ass, and then my second justification is that maybe he needed to like maintain his stance just to keep the sealing jutsu or whatever. I guess, but like, bro, I mean, he had no scuff marks or scars on him. It seems like Gaara was the one that Gaara probably got hit once. I would imagine like he ain't got no scuff marks on him either. He just bleeding.
No, wait.
Yeah, I think
we didn't see anything that happened prior. Like it
what's the assumption? Sure.
I personally think it was Mitsuri.
Or
like
induction.
That jacket that she has. I think it has like, sort of like not scientific ninja tools, but it's one of her abilities. Like
it's built like dry as hair.
Yeah, exactly. Like it can impel somebody.
Bro, if she took that stupid shit off her head, bro. Like she go from like an 8 to a fucking 10 easily, bro. The fuck is on her head, bro?
This guy.
Like everything from like the neck down is like peak. Minus her like nasty feet. The feet gotta go. The feet and the top and the bottom. Do you fix that? Then that character's like, she ain't Delta level, but she like right behind her, bro.
This guy in Delta.
She like
no, I could agree with that.
She ain't prime Anko level. Let me stop the cap.
I could well, I feel like Tsunade would be like the gold standard, but nah, she's definitely up there.
Tsunade got a flat ass, bro. I don't know about all. She top heavy as fuck, bro.
Don't mind.
He said,
Well, we did want to talk about Dragon Ball a little bit. Kiyomaki, have you been keeping up with
Hold
Dragon
on,
Ball?
hold on. I have one more question for y'all guys before we jump into that.
Or you can rock with it.
I got my notes up on my computer. It's just one quick question. Do you guys think that Kashin Koji has a new Kekkei Genkai or Dojutsu? What side? Kekkei Genkai. Yeah.
I would say no, just because I haven't seen any evidence of that. And just because he has an ability from an Otsutsuki doesn't mean it has to be like an ocular or like hold on, sorry. You said Kekkei Genkai, so I guess that's a bloodline trait. So it's like, yeah. So I guess technically, yeah, he has a Kekkei Genkai, but he doesn't have like a Dojutsu. This is kind of what I meant, but
Yeah, I meant Dojutsu, sorry.
or sorry, is it Kekkei? Like, I know they do like the Kekkei Morai, Kekkei Tota, fucking so Shinjutsu. What is Shinjutsu classifying? Divine arts?
Yeah.
No, that's like the claw. Oh yeah, that's what it is. I thought it was Shinju. He said, yeah, that's the claw. That's the divine arts.
Yeah, so like you would like. Sorry, I haven't been in Boruto or Naruto brain in a while. So like, you were calling like Momo's Rinnegan Kekkei Genkai, right?
Yeah.
Not like Kekkei Mora.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just asking. So
Because
like,
the only reason why
do you think
I asked-
the Dojutsu can be a Shinjutsu or the abilities are Shinjutsu?
Yeah, the only reason why I asked that because Ada has one. Who else got one?
I feel like
Jigen
the
got
abilities
one
would
too,
be
right?
Shinjutsu.
Or
Kawaki,
Ashiki got one too, right?
Yeah. Oh, I kind of look at it the same way like a Kekkei Genkai. Like Gar's Iron Release, I should say, is like a Kekkei Genkai, and also like a Sharingan would be like a Kekkei Genkai. Like, I kind of look at it like that. So like it could be both. Like an ability would be a Kekkei Genkai, and also a Dojutsu would be a Kekkei Genkai.
I'm thinking ability would be. Yeah, no.
Depends on
well,
the
maybe
ability, 'cause,
Well,
maybe
Damon
technically.
doesn't have one though, so
Kimimara's ability is a Kekkei Genkai. The bone technique.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I was kind of conflating
And
that
also,
with technique.
every elemental,
Yeah, like Pakura.
Yeah, but,
jutsu.
but
It's like
is it
Scorch style did she have or something? Forgot what she called.
Scorch style. Is that the anime filler?
No, Pakura is like she's a sand village like shinobi that was betrayed.
Oh, I thought it was.
Or like that guy, no, the guy who like he touches you and like blows your insides out, like burns them or some shit.
yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's
Was that,
Scorch
like-
style. I think what she has is like something else or whatever. Maybe she is. I don't fucking know, but
That reminded me of the Sharingan, I believe. Oh no, not the Sharingan. It's something else. The filler Sharingan, not
Kitsugan.
the filler Dojutsu at the end of Shippuden reminds me of when people blew up. But
Kitsugan.
yeah, there you go. To answer Free Game's question, though, I think that Kashin Koji probably wouldn't come with like another Dojutsu or something like that. Probably just like the future sight or the 10 directions, I believe.
bro, stop calling that shit that, bro. Please, bro.
All right, Tendai. How's Tendai? Tendai is
Nah,
better.
bro, it's prescient. Just because you guys don't like the name and it sounds cooler doesn't mean.
Oh, they
Nah,
got
it's prescient.
they
I'll
made a
say
name for it.
prescient.
10
Yeah,
directions.
I know it's a name. I thought it was just 10 directions. All right, prescience.
Hey.
I don't think he'd have a Dojutsu alongside prescience. What I was originally going to say is I don't think they'd give multiple powers, but then I thought back to Kawaki getting his Karma Seal back plus the Dojutsu. So, like, you never know. They could just have, like, the Awakening or the Great Awakening and be, like, multiple different power-ups. But I think for a character or a side character, specifically like Kashin Koji, they'd probably, like, try to limit him to, like, one power-up. Like, I don't really expect Kashin Koji to be boxing with, like, the Otsutsuki god at the end of the series or something like that. So I expect just one power up.
Koji's the villain. Koji's the villain.
You'd be
I'm telling you.
surprised.
Koji is not a villain. Koji's not a villain.
Bro, I'm telling you, Koji's going to turn into some fucking villain, bro. There's no way you can
Koji-
see infinity and see yourself getting packed up in all this death and destruction so much, and then, like, you arrive at, like, a positive conclusion, bro.
But I feel like even if you could say like maybe outwardly it's not really a positive conclusion, I feel like outwardly to
I
the
think
world it'll
Boruto
probably be
is
like
a
a
bomb.
positive conclusion because he'd probably shape it to what he wants the world to think because he knows the outcomes.
Because you know there's going to be a threat beyond these fucking Shinju, right?
Bro.
This is not the be all. This is literally the start of
Yeah.
their series. So it's like, at a certain point, it's gonna be like, yo, if all these threats are gonna keep coming to Earth, Earth is a problem because Earth is just like this cumulative mass of fuck you energy and power and genetic information. Like, so like, yo, let me just blow up Earth. Like what if that's his conclusion, right?
What, like it could, you know, bring back Naruto, where it has not Hashirama, sorry, damn, what's my boy name? Shit, the third great ninja warrior. Shit, what's his name?
Right, man. You good? Who you talking about?
Yeah.
Who you talking about?
The last
What was the
Uchiha,
context, please?
the one that fought against Hashirama. What's his name?
Madara?
Sasuke?
Madara. There you go. Madara used Obito as a pawn.
Fried.
Yeah, I'm fried. Yeah, so Obito.
I'm fried. Me too.
Obito
Yeah, he's
used
fried, right?
Madara used Obito as a tool, so you can possibly, that's a possibility that like Kashikoji using Boruto as a tool is like, you know,
He absolutely is. Yeah. It just depends, like, if you think there's like malice intent behind it or
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
But he certainly is using Boruto.
Yeah.
Because I think that whole like him apologizing to Boruto when they like met up in TBV, and he's like Boruto's like, yeah, I understand. So like I think that was they wrote that in to give them like some kind of kinship in terms of like their ideology. Like they're cut from the same type of shinobi cloth, so to speak. So yeah, maybe.
Yeah, true.
So yeah,
All
like
right, so
shinobi are tools type shit. But like, what was Kidomaki's rating for the leaked chapter?
oh yeah, I forgot to ask.
How did I give it? Maybe an 8, 7. It's fine.
I see what you mean. I'd kind of give it around the same as well. I'd probably go 8.
What do you think about nobody being, well, seemingly no one sensing code, but Ryu? A little weird.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Also, the fact that
Maybe-
Ryu
maybe-
knew his name.
Did he? Oh, Ryu?
Yeah, remember he said, I liked my old name?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I need the
Mello
official
was talking
release.
about that. Me and
Need
Mello
the
was
official
talking
release.
about that. I was asking, like, do you think he has any semblance of his prior life or his prior memories? That's why he said that.
Yeah, I think so.
It seems like
It's
they
just
have
no way he
like,
doesn't.
like it seems like some of them know their abilities or have like a grasp more so than others. Like Hidari seems to be lost in the fucking sauce. That dude seems to be. It could just be that he inherited a technique where it requires another thing to make it like operate at its peak. So he's kind of fucked in that sense. Whereas like bro just has iron sand, so like he doesn't need anything extra for that. So just like a place to get it from, but his claw marks kind of fulfill that function. So yeah, I don't know.
That shit this does make sense. But Rogers, where did he get it from? Like,
The sand.
yeah, what is there like a Iron Sand location or something? I don't know.
I mean, I think didn't Shinky in this chapter just he doesn't have like a gourd or anything. He just used sand, like iron sand. Maybe you can like ground
He
it
just
up,
pulled
like
it from the ground or something.
yeah. Maybe you can like do like what Guard did against Kimimaru or some shit, or no, what he did against Urashiki in the Chunin exams.
But,
in the anime.
but Shinju just pulled that shit from his ass, bro. So I'm like, it's like, and he was just created. He was just born. I don't know. It's just weird. The entire Shinju thing. Weird.
Maybe he maybe where he like the whole creating it from the minerals in the X, Y, and Z happened before he teleported it through the claw marks, and we saw the conclusion of the process. Perhaps, but that shit wasn't said in this chapter. I'm trying to justify some weird shit. Like how they know what they know, but they don't know some things, but they know other things. Like, man, it's so like random. It's like it's to the writer's convenience. Hey, if I need them to know this, they know it. But if I don't want them to know this, they don't know it. It's weird. It's a weird style of writing that Ikimoto has, in my opinion. But,
Yeah, I could agree with that.
so, like, what's your top 5 bar? Minus like Shinju, just like top 5 minus Shinju, minus minus Damon, and if you want to throw Ada in there, minus her too. Like, what's your top 5
characters?
Yeah, right now.
All right, that would be difficult. I gotta go through the
power.
roster first.
As far as
I gotta look at the roster. I'm not even thinking of all the characters currently, but are we counting the Otsuki God? Are we counting all?
No, the ones
just
that
like
we got
just like
right
your Konoha crew, your Sand crew, and like Code.
Yeah.
You said Konoha crew, Sand crew, and Code. Damn. All right, so Boruto would be number 1, right? He'd probably be number 1. I'd probably have to put. Damn, this is close. Can we talk about Kawaki post limiters or not?
Do you know what that looks like?
We don't. Yeah, about to say we don't know nothing about what that look like.
Well, to be fair, we don't know what a lot of the current power scaling looks like. A lot of it is like just like projection.
Well, some of it, yeah. But like then it comes to like with the activity, we're gonna have to make some kind of like induction at some point. But I mean, I think you can accurately scale. Like I said, like you might disagree with my position with Himawari, but the fact that she's like tanking hits that Code gets maimed by, I think kind of speaks to her durability and respect to hit, right?
I'd put her right behind Kawaki, like currently.
Behind, bro, that's crazy.
Yeah,
bro.
I'd put Himawari behind Kawaki. I'd have Sarada slotted behind Himawari, and I might be forgetting someone, but I might have Mitsuki at 5. I might be forgetting someone.
That's interesting. That is interesting.
Yeah.
I can't, given this chapter, I can't put Hima underneath Code. I just can't do it.
Code? Yeah. I don't know if I'd have Code above Himawari either.
So how can you have Boruto above Hima?
I might have Boruto, Kawaki, and Himawari above Code.
Code tanked in Uzuhiko.
I don't know if he tanked it. He got folded.
Wait. He absolutely tanked that shit. Even Boruto was like, you're still standing. I'm shocked.
But then fell over like 2 panels later. Like,
yeah, but that was a byproduct of the mechanic of the jutsu.
I ain't still folded.
Because you remember when he rescinded it, bro was good. There was no damage. There was no sign of fatigue, nothing. He just like, he was fighting and like ducked some attacks and then left.
Yeah, but he didn't fall over when he was being affected by the Uzuhiko before he got hit with the Uzuhiko. Like, he fell over because he got hit with it. So he got folded by the actual strike.
No, the strike itself, the striking variant of it, the portion of it, he ate that shit. It was only the whole vertigo mechanic that kicked in that made him like fall over. But as soon as Boruto rescinded that shit, he was 100% fine. There's no indications of any fatigue or damage.
I count that as part of like the attack. So like, let's say hypothetically the strike is one part of the attack, and then the vertigo or the rest is like the other part of the attack. Yeah, so I feel he got folded. He did for sure.
But I think the main thing is that Boruto wasn't trying to kill Code, you know, and I think later on, because he needed him to lead him to the Ten Tails dimension. So I think, you know, the entire plan initially was to affect him with the rotational shit, so he can, you know, say, yo, I'll rescind this if you get me to the 10,000 dimension. So I don't think the goal was to kill him. So I doubt it was a maximum power Uzuhiko. I mean, we know what that looks like, and it doesn't look like what he did to Code. So,
well, we don't know what the max looks like. He never got to his max.
We know closer to a max.
Yeah, but when it comes to like Code, right? How I interpreted that, just based off the dialogue, I think Boruto meant for the striking portion to have Code down. So, because otherwise, I have to justify his statement where he's like surprised by Code still standing. So that attack was meant to put Code down, maybe not kill him, and then I think he pivoted, given that Code was still standing, and then the side effects of it triggered, and kicked in, and then that effectively did what he wanted to do ultimately. But I think that striking portion was meant to put Code down.
I think it's just a misjudge of Code's strength. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna use 20% of my power on this dude because I feel like 20% can put him down. But he realized that code is stronger than that. So I think it's kind of unquantifiable to determine like how relative code is to a Uzuhiko that's meant to kill him. So that's why I think this doesn't really get us anywhere.
Yeah, I think Boruto's intent is really important given his dialogue. Because like if I hit you with an attack that's meant to put you down and you don't go down, like I mean I guess that's like yeah.
But then we have to factor in the intent that his intent is to not kill him. So that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, the intent could be to put him down. I mean, that's possible. But that doesn't get us anywhere in regards to how strong the Uzuhiko was, because that is dependent on how strong Boruto thought Code was, which we have no idea. So it's like we know he wasn't intending to kill him, so we know it wasn't a full power Uzuhiko, that's for sure. But
that's certainly
we have no idea how strong it was.
No. It not being full power is 100%. Yeah, that's true. So
yeah. So but we have no idea where it is on the gauge because there's no way to know how. So it's like he doesn't really get us anywhere.
But the thing is, when Boruto came there, he was confident that he could not just beat Kill Code. So this would imply that he had a measure of Code's strength. And I would imagine like that analysis had to be somewhere in the ballpark of accurate. Otherwise, it would make Boruto a fool, and probably Koji who informed him. But that's my assumption. But certainly Boruto would it'd be pretty bad for Boruto. So he had to have some kind of some confidence in his assessment that he could kill Code. Certainly. So like when he goes in for an attack that's meant to down his opponent, given that I believe he is confident in his assertion that he can wipe this dude, and then the dude doesn't go down, I think that says something. I think it's very impressive.
Well,
yeah, it does say that.
What if though, like, because Kashin Koji does know everything. Maybe he instructed Boruto not to kill him, because that doesn't align with the future possibility that they are trying to attain.
Well,
but we know that Boruto isn't trying to kill him, so that's just a fact. That's not disputable.
Yeah, I'm not even arguing that part. Like, yeah, he wasn't trying to kill him. My whole thing is what he was trying to put him down. Right. So like so he had a measure. He felt I imagine he felt he had an accurate measure of Code's strength given the shit he was talking and the confidence that he had. I factor in the time that the timetable that he was on. He needed to get his shit in quickly. There's no really, even though he was slow walking and shit, blah blah blah, right? But he needed to get his shit in. So the context, I factored that in, and then the dialogue spoken after Code tanks the Uzuhiko striking portion, where he's like surprised that he's still standing. All of this like implies something to me. It's like Boruto felt like he was bringing to bear enough power to put this guy down so that he can get to the Ten Tails dimension. But when that didn't happen, I think that speaks to Code's strength. And then also jutsu scale you beyond your norm. So like it's probably the case that no matter what Boruto has in his arsenal, if it ain't Uzuhiko, he ain't putting Code down.
But I mean, like, but I think, like, but where does it get us in terms of Code's strength, though, like relative to Boruto's?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I agree that Boruto misjudged how strong Code was. I mean, that's a fact because he literally says, "I'm shocked that he didn't put you down." So we know that's true. We also know that he wasn't trying to kill him. That's also true. So which means he wasn't using his full power, because when you're trying to it's one or two things. When you're trying to kill someone, either you use enough power to kill them or you go full power. It's either one of the two. So we're assuming that Boruto wasn't going full power, and he wasn't trying to kill him, which means he wasn't using enough power to kill him. So that doesn't get Code towards Boruto's full power. You get what I mean? So it's like, Boruto did hold back pretty much to not kill him. So it doesn't really put Code anywhere, if you get what I mean.
I don't think Boruto scales exponentially higher than Code outside of Uzuhiko. In particular, I think the only way Boruto excuse me, damn. So I don't think he scales exponentially higher. I think they're relative to each other, based to karma, whatever the case may be. And I think that's proven given their exchanges before the Uzuhiko shenanigans kicked in. And like I said earlier, I think it's context that matters with that fight. Code was making poor assumptions, and Boruto had knowledge about Code's abilities prior to that battle. And yeah, so I think on that line they're pretty much like relative to each other. And then Boruto upscales with Uzuhiko, but only because of the mechanics of the vertigo effects, not the striking portion. Because the striking portion just didn't do anything to Code. He literally ate that shit. It was the
because
vertigo
he
shit
fell
that.
back.
Well, I'm getting to that. It was a vertical thing, but it's yeah. So we can agree with that because it literally happened. So the holding back thing, I don't think he can bring to bear what he needs to get to defeat Code at all. I think the Uzuhiko he used is the only version of that Uzuhiko he can use without more time to charge it, right? And because I don't believe that Code will give him time to get to like the levels he got to versus Hidari or even his maximum, I don't think he's capable of finishing Code off. The only way I think he can do anything to Code is because of the vertigo mechanic. Because the potency of the striking portion of Uzuhiko clearly is not enough. And if that's not enough, then his normal Rasengans, his sword swipes, like his base stats aren't enough to get past him because they weren't enough before Uzuhiko was invoked.
But Code couldn't touch Boruto before he used Uzuhiko. So like unless you
And Boruto couldn't touch
now
him.
agree that no, but I mean, that's not the point. The point is that Boruto would get the chance to charge Uzuhiko because if you go back to when he was trying to touch him and Boruto, unless you agree that he was infected with vertigo before he hit him, but that's a different conversation. But
I
Arya was
don't
just
agree
simply
with.
dodging him, dodging him with FTG, but he couldn't touch him. So Boruto could simply just stand there and dodge him until he gets the power he needs, because at that point he was charging Uzuhiko. Now, based on what happened in the series, I assume the reason why he didn't charge it for longer is because, based on him saying that he isn't trying to kill him. So he got the amount of power he thought he needed to take him down, which he misjudged because he later said that he was shocked. So I think that's my interpretation of what happened.
I have a question for you.
And it just simply wasn't a full one. But if he wanted to get a full one, he could have, because Code couldn't touch him.
Excuse me. I have a question for you. So if they fight now, post chapter 15. Okay.
Code has one hand less, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I think that's fine. He might pull some like hook out of his claw mark and then use that as a hand. I don't fucking know. But yeah, that's fine. So Code post chapter 15, they fight now, right? Code knows about Uzuhiko, right? Like he's like, oh, it's not dodging, simple dodging. It's not. Oh, this is, and then ... right? It implies something that and he sees him use Flying Thunder God multiple times. He's not coming into this battle ignorant. I don't think Boruto is getting off. I don't think he has enough time to charge up one that's going to be like Hidari levels. And obviously, the one he used against Code is ineffectual, minus the side effects of Vertigo. And given the fact that Code knows about his arsenal now, because Boruto ain't really done shit outside of Purple Lightning, then what the fuck does Boruto do to beat Code exactly?
I mean, knowing something doesn't mean you can counter it. So like, oh yeah, you can know that Boruto can use something above dodging, and if we assume this is FTG, why does that automatically mean that he can counter him? It's just he simply couldn't touch him. He was trying his best. He had the Karma Seal active. He was charging at Boruto at full speed, and he couldn't touch him because FTG's instantaneous movement, and we're assuming that he's using FTG. So I don't know why I'm going to assume that Code would somehow find a way to beat him. I mean, like if you're writing in favor of Code to win, then sure, the writer can do that. But I mean,
But
that's just
just think about it
plot at
practically,
that
right?
point.
Just think about it practically. So I'm fighting Boruto, and I'm watching the way that he uses this technique, right? I'm going to swipe, and let's say this is Flying Thunder God, because that's not proven. It's just my assumption or my theory
Yeah.
that he's dodging with Flying Thunder God. Say that is the case. Well, now he's going to know, like, hey, like if I go at this guy, he has this teleportation technique similar to my claw marks. And I see the pattern, like the way he's used it against me in the past, to where he's going to try to flank me, right? So now I'm going to be more cognizant of that, similar to how Konohamaru saw how Hirari was fighting Sarada, and when he appeared behind Konohamaru, he was able to like turn around quickly because that's his MO. He had a measure of his style of fighting with this particular technique. I think that information, at the very least, is going to aid you, is going to help you in that particular battle versus you going in ignorant and trying to decipher what the fuck actually is happening. Because there's a difference. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Like you can information does help, but I'm just saying like it's not the end all be all. Like you can get information and just not be strong enough or fast enough to act on it. Like the Naruto and Sasuke fighting Jigen and Nishiki, like yeah, they knew that he could shrink and use Dakukuten, but he still murdered them in the fight because he was just that stronger and faster, and his abilities were just freaking overpowered. So it's like yeah, he can know that Boruto is teleporting, but why does that mean that he can counter him? Like, why are we giving Code a knowledge amp but not giving Boruto the same knowledge amp based on him
I can answer
fighting
that question.
Code, and Code not having a way to count a direct way, I mean, to counter it, aside from saying, oh, he just knows now that Boruto can use FTG, assuming that he knows.
Because Boruto
and
has
Code
to
is not very smart, by the way, battle tactic wise.
I mean, his first fight with Boruto was pretty interesting in terms of his
Boruto
tactics.
cooked him. Battle tactic wise, in that fight.
With True Essence.
No, well, he was using what's it called again? It's
the first stage,
it's not just the
V1.
Yeah, when he was using when he did the vanishing Rasengan thing, and he like popped it in front of Code.
I thought I'm defending Code right now. I was insane, by the way. But yeah, please.
No, what I'm saying, like, but I do. Well, I mean, we don't even need to do that. Like, do we agree that Boruto is smarter than Code battle tactic wise?
Yeah.
Yes, but here's the thing.
Okay.
Boruto, like you said, these fights don't employ those tactics. They're very like linear and straightforward. So like Boruto he's fast enough to get his jutsu off. We know this. He's even fast enough to get it off on Shinju, like Bug. And he's fast enough. So my thing is, it's not just like instantaneous movement. If I have a measure of how you use this, right? You're gonna try to flank me, arrive at like on my side or whatever, and try to like sneak attack me, whatever the case may be. If I know that, I'm going to have a pretty reasonable idea of where you're going to pop up. Right?
Yeah.
So given that fact, once Boruto pops up, he still needs to be fast enough in his base movement speed to keep up with Code. And here's the kicker. This is why I get back to Boruto with Uzuhiko versus Boruto just in base. There's nothing in the series that says that Boruto in his base is faster than Code. Because they're literally like relative to each other. It's only when Uzuhiko gets put in and he's like using what I suspect to be Flying Thunder Guy tactics does he actually gain an advantage.
Technically, base Boruto did dodge Karma Code.
Yeah.
Before
I don't know if it was
Uzuhiko.
Karma Code. Well, I don't know if it was Karma Code.
Was. Definitely, we can pull up the panel.
Well, they would have parallel feats then, because when like Boruto's like trying to strike him, and Code's fast enough to grab his hand.
No, but well, you can. I don't know.
Like
I
they
think
still
it's different.
That was an Uzuhiko strike. That was an Uzuhiko strike.
Yeah, they were both in base though at that point. So I don't know. Like, yeah, they were like,
and also him blocking the Uzuhiko would be like it wouldn't be the exact same, but it wouldn't necessarily be like a bad thing. Like he's still under Uzuhiko now. Like that's why Boruto says.
No, I think he's referring to this the first part of the fight where Boruto used the sword, and Code used his hand to like stop it. So that was before Boruto activated the Karma Steel.
Like
but Boruto had the Uzuhiko on his arm at that point. That's what I'm saying. Like Code was affected with Uzuhiko like after that. That's why I don't necessarily like take the Code with Karma.
But MELLO doesn't believe that. So I'm operating under.
He
doesn't believe that.
There's no evidence for it. That's why I don't believe it. There's no evidence for it.
But
there's evidence for it after the fact, but there's no evidence of Vertigo before then.
Well, if that's the case, then we got to take then I got to put more stock into the feat where Boruto just dodges Code. Like he just clowns him at that point.
Like he outright, like he teleports behind him, and Code looks at him, and he just blitz Code. Like Code sees him, and Code couldn't react, and Boruto is in base, and Code has his Karma Steel active. So I think that's a very like if you count Sarda reacting to fucking Hidari at point blank range as a great feat, and then stabbing him with the Chidori, I don't see how you wouldn't apply the same thing to base Boruto
because I have them
dodging blitzing code
because I have them
in
on
base.
par with each. So I have them on par with each other. So the thing that's going to be in Boruto's edge is that Code doesn't know what the fuck Boruto's doing, and he's trying to decipher what he's doing in real time, which is going to take away from the interval of time in which he has to react to what's happening, right? Because his mind is occupied by other things instead of just like the actual in combat stuff. And I think those, I think when you're even with the person, it's the slightest things that can give you an edge. And I think that is what gave Boruto an edge. Code's ignorance. That's why I kept saying context with that fight. So yeah, so they're both like if they're both like 10 and Boruto's 10.3, but they're more so relative. If that oh, I need to figure out what the fuck he's doing. Like, what's happening here? Blah blah blah. He's frustrated. He's like the outcome isn't what he expected it to be because he thought he just watched this kid. So now emotions are getting involved. So now his chakra controls a little. Like all this stuff, like given all this blah 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 X Y Z, right? All this stuff is just points in Boruto's favor. And when you're so damn close, I think that matters. Yeah, I think that matters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why. That's why I have Boruto above. Because
given that
points in his favor.
Given the context
you can go
of
into like
that first battle, but that's why I invoked a second battle because I don't think that context would be there. I just think they would stalemate if it's just 1v1.
Interesting.
Yeah, what else does he do without
Boruto would win
Uzuhiko?
because Boruto would land Uzuhiko and win. I think because like if they're relative, they're gonna get hits off.
Yeah.
It's about who survives the hits. So like, and I feel like even if Code, let's say it doesn't get to charge a full Uzuhiko, Boruto doesn't need to charge a full Uzuhiko to be.
Do you think
Code,
Boruto can win without Uzuhiko?
No, it's not even without it, but I mean like if he hits him with it. So like
So do you think he's capable of a? Okay, so my thing is, I've seen two versions, and then there's one version that's speculated. The max he never got to, so I call what he hit Hidari with pseudo max, whatever. And that requires prep time, basically. Like he needs to charge it. I don't think
like a few seconds.
I mean, I don't know how
what happened.
I don't know how we're measuring that seconds given still images, but
because you can look at the dialogue when he said something and then Hidari charged at the same time. So it's not like 5 minutes passed between, like it's not that long.
I'm not saying it's like an exorbitant amount of time, but yeah I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that there was a period of time and there was a need for him to charge. And given like if I'm thinking they're relative, given the fact that I think like these characters are relative, like I'm not entirely sure how he's going to have that much time to get that technique off.
Boruto can teleport off the battlefield and teleport back to the battlefield, bro. It's easy.
So Code just teleports away too.
No, but he's running, then Boruto wins. GG's.
But Boruto ran. He just ran. He just ran for a reason. He just ran for a different reason.
He retreated temporarily and came back, but Code didn't come back. So
but the first two words in your sentence was he retreated
temporarily. So there's a difference. That you can't retreat him back. Like, let's say if you're in a fight and you're shooting and then you run behind a rock to like refill your shotgun. Did you lose the fight or do you retreat temporarily?
Okay, so Code runs and I don't know, grabs a baby and comes back and says, "Do something." Like
yeah.
Like I holds it hostage.
There's nothing wrong with that, bro. But look at it this way. An easy way for Boruto to win that fight with Code is simply not to charge it at full power. Give him the same.
Wait, kiddo. Do you think he can win without Uzuhiko? You never answered that question.
Oh, without Uzuhiko. That one is interesting. I don't know. Because I didn't really see like a full fight between like Karma Code and we're assuming Boruto doesn't use a Karma Seal, so I think it could win. It could go either way.
Okay. Yeah. So I just say based off the information given, I think they're relative to each other. And I've only seen two versions of Uzuhiko. One required more time to charge than the other one. And Boruto's not going to have time to be slow walking and shit and blah, blah, blah. And Code's not going to be like cockily standing there. Well, Rasengan, vanishing Rasengan, this idiot. Like, he's not going to be giving him time this time around. So even like the level of Uzuhiko he got hit with the first time, which he tanked, it's likely that if Boruto tries to use the Uzuhiko again, it's not even going to be that potent.
Nah, right? Bro. Nah, we're
What do you mean,
giving
nah?
Code too much credit, bro. Like,
No, I'm giving
like
him due credit. I'm not like I don't like Code, but I'm giving him due credit.
no, but I haven't seen anything to suggest that like Code can do that, bro. Like,
Do
if he
what?
was like some like Sasuke level
Do what?
like fucking tactician, like yeah, but like Code, like he's portrayed as very dumb and he's shown to be
I
dumb
mean,
in
like, do
fights.
what?
So
You said do it, do
like
that. What is that?
to like just somehow prevent Boruto from doing it. Like
Wait.
Boruto can use
Codes.
FTG, can teleport like FTG for one. FTG is instantaneous movement, by the way. Boruto can teleport to any location instantly.
But
Like I
he
don't
still
understand
needs to
if
be
you understand
fast
what
enough.
instantly means.
He needs to be
But
fast enough post instantaneous movement to do something to make it effective.
no, but
Correct?
no, but no, but we're not talking about him doing anything. We're just talking about him buying time to absorb. So it's like him just moving so Code can't touch him while he absorbs chakra. That's all he needs to do. And once
Wait.
he
Is
has
that
that,
his characterization? Why didn't he do that against Hirari?
he literally did that versus Code.
Did what? Teleport away and then charge his Uzuhiko?
No, I mean like he's teleporting so Code can't touch him while he charges Uzihiko. That's literally what he did.
Uh,
That's literally what happened in the chapter. He was walking, charging his vehicle, and every time Code got close to him, instantaneous movement, continued charging, instantaneous movement. Like that's literally what he did.
I'll grant you that. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I'm more so thinking him like what you said before, him teleporting like off the
Outside.
battlefield.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I'm saying
yeah,
like that's not his characterization. But yeah, no, what
yeah.
you're saying, yeah, then that's fine. Yeah, but my whole thing is, I believe that can only get off because of the ignorance that Code had. That's all I'm saying. Like,
Mm-hmm.
because I think Boruto could definitely teleport, right? But I think with Code, he can manifest like claw marks in multiple locations, right? So if he's still teleporting on the battlefield, right? Code can like do like some kind of like territory from Yu Yu Hakusho or domain expansion to where like, because we've seen this. It's not like my speculation. Like, hey, this area is my fucking playground. So you teleport here, my claw marks is here. I'm on your ass. Like he can literally hunt him down as he tries to do that shit, right? Or he can maybe potentially put belt marks underneath his feet to where he won't even have access to the ground to use Uzuhiko. Like there's just certain practical things that I've seen him do that I think could be pretty interesting. Like place belt marks on people on their bodies. Why not on their feet or something like that to even prevent him from having access to planetary chakra? Like there's mechanics at play here. Sure.
I think at
I
that point,
never
the only
thought
thing
about
Boruto could do is just like leave that area. Yeah, yeah.
But
That's the
then
only thing he
like
can do.
but Boruto has him, but now Code has him pegged with like belt marks or claw marks. So like no matter where he goes, Code's following this dude,
No,
bro.
what you mean the mark is on Boruto?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think thought you said on the ground. Uh,
Well, I said multiple, like terrain. Like, so I'm just factoring what Code has been, like his characterizing, like how he fights with his claw marks. So he puts them on the
Nah,
terrain.
Boruto's gonna
He
dodge
puts them
that
on
shit, bro.
people. I,
Boruto's gonna dodge that shit.
I mean, I have
Yeah.
them relative, so I mean, I think it's possible for him to dodge a few, but I mean, I don't know. Like, bro, he doesn't need to make contact. It's just like it seems like in his line of sight, and it's just on you. I'm not sure if because like, it's not like the rod's coming at you, so you can use like your visual acuity to like dodge it. It's like they just manifest.
It depends because I've seen him. It looks like he throws that shit, bro.
The belt
Because
marks,
if you
the
go
claw
back
marks?
to yeah, if you go back to which chapter is it? When he was fighting Boruto,
Two
and
and
Boruto
three
was
or three.
Three? Who
yeah, in
Code?
part one. Yeah.
Oh, part
And
one.
Boruto was like running away, and he was like swiping and throwing shit, and it was just like missing Boruto. You
I
remember?
I would have
You
to go
remember
back
that
and
scene?
watch the fight
Yeah, in the forest, and
Well,
Boruto was like running through
because
the forest, and he was like throwing the claw marks at Boruto.
I'm pretty sure like there was a claw mark on Boruto, and he pulled Code out of the claw mark and like tossed him.
Yeah, that was one part. But then before that, he was like throwing it, and he threw one on the tree, and then teleported out of the tree to catch up to Boruto.
So but ultimately he hit him with the claw mark, right? I'm
No,
confused about what you're
but
saying.
no. The point I'm making is that he threw the claw marks. That's
yeah,
we're
the
not talking
function.
like power and stuff. We're just talking about the function. So like, but now you're assuming, and that at that point Boruto was that strongest code. So it's like so now I believe that Boruto is at least a tiny bit above, but they're relative. It depends on what you think. So I'm saying like
Yeah.
functionally he could dodge it.
No. I'm not denying that he could, but I'm saying I
Yeah.
think because they're relative to each other. I mean, certainly he can dodge it. In the same way, I believe Code could dodge a vanishing Rasengan or dodge a strike from Boruto. I believe they'll trade blows, but I think inevitably he's going to get hit with those marks. And if he doesn't get physically hit with the marks, the terrain certainly.
Yeah.
Boruto can fly though. That's good.
But then that removes
Yeah.
Uzuhiko. So then that just plays in the Code's favor. That I think Code would want him to do that actually. And if he has belt marks on
But I
him,
mean,
it doesn't matter where he is. He's gonna get tagged.
It just means that Boruto can't like know different in like seconds.
That's what I'm saying. The only
But I
way he
think
contends is
It's
with
more so just a way to
Uzuhiko.
avoid the claw marks.
That's what I'm saying. Well, that's fine. Like if you want to avoid the claw marks and fly up, then I'm removing Uzuhiko, which for my analysis is the only way Boruto's beating this kid. Or this man. He's a grown ass man now.
I don't know, but
How old is Code, by the way? Well, sorry, I
but then you
digress.
say, no, but you say they're relative, but but if they're relative, how can you then say that's the only way he can beat him?
Because I think they'll just fight to a standstill and just like fucking. Like I don't think Code can beat Boruto, and I don't think Boruto can beat Code without Uzuhiko.
Nah, it can go either way.
But
Like, if
okay,
you're
but that's why I
relative,
asked you. Like, what does he hit him
Someone
with?
has to win.
Because if they're relative, like his
Uh,
durability's tanking a Rasengan. We've seen this all the time. Like what is
I
he?
don't
A
know about
sword
that one.
swipe? He'll block a sword. Like the sword swipe's not going to do anything. Like what? Like I'm purple lightning. I'm trying to look at Boruto's arsenal. I'm trying to figure what the fuck does he does besides Uzuhiko, and then Uzuhiko didn't even work besides the vertigo effects. So like, what else
You
does he
gotta
do?
beat him down, though. You gotta beat him down.
Okay,
So you make
so
him
a
weaker
battle of
over time.
attrition.
Yeah.
But
It's
then
like
it would
Naruto
go.
versus Sasuke.
Exactly. That's what I think so too. And I think it'll but that also works in this opposite direction as well.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It depends. Like if which one is stronger? Because Boruto, I mean, technically, like, well, not stronger. I mean, like, who has more stamina? That lovely stuff. I mean, Boruto is technically like 100% Otsutsuki. Code is still human. He's like a cyborg-ish in a sense,
But like
but he's still
Otsutsuki,
human.
just being Otsutsuki doesn't mean your stamina is above human, right? You have like
Mm.
Urashiki, right? Like there are humans that can like keep up with Urashiki. That's not necessarily true. But in the case, yeah,
But
sorry, Bar.
It's more so like longevity, not
No.
yeah.
Now I was about to support your point. Even when Boruto became part Otsuki with Momoshiki still needs to steal other people's chakra, so he didn't instantly get that Otsuki stamina. I should say.
That whole Momoshiki Boruto,
Well, stamina is
that
separate from
mechanic is
chakra.
weird. That mechanic's weird.
Yeah.
But no, I get your point.
Yeah, but stamina is kind of different from chakra because stamina is like used to create chakra. It's like in conjunction with like mental energy and shit. So it's like a separate thing. So it's like you have like your innate stamina. You can like it's like Naruto and shit. It's not just his chakra. It's just his stamina in general is really high.
I mean, you could
So
just in terms of feats, Code has better durability feats than Boruto, and he has better stamina
bro
feats
got
than
2
Boruto.
hits from Daimon and he was down, bro.
Okay.
Bro was like on the ground like sweating.
Okay.
Points.
So like, what does that mean?
I mean,
in
his
comparison to
endurance is
Boruto,
really low.
or it could be Damon's really powerful.
True. Either or. We don't fully know Damon's limits yet. But just to insert my opinion, because I know y'all are pretty much having y'all swore. I told y'all guys earlier, I think that Boruto's way stronger than Cold. I think it's nowhere close, to be honest. And this right here is like a incomplete or incorrect way of looking at things. I understand there's no way of proving this, but I'm just aura farming at this, not farming, but aura reading at this particular point. When Boruto pulled up to the battlefield, it looked like he did not care what Code was talking about. He already knew he was going to win. And when Code tried to actually hit Boruto, like Boruto dodged him without even looking at him. And like after that, it was just the fight just went exactly how Boruto played, except for that little slip up where Code didn't fall like 2 seconds prior
But
to when Boruto thought he'd fall.
I
So
already
like that's
explained that
pretty much
though.
it.
Because
But yeah,
but what he believed going into the battle ultimately was somewhat irrelevant because he turned out to be incorrect in measuring how powerful Code was because he tanked Uzuhigo and then
but it wasn't that far off. Like he fell a couple seconds later.
he
Like
didn't
it
fall
wasn't that
from
far
but he
off.
fell from the mechanic of the jutsu.
Yeah, I get it, but he
His
still fell
internal
from the
you
jutsu.
can't
Like
train your internal organs like like the mechanic bypasses like external the external durability and attacks you internally. Like the fuck you like nobody would like deal with that.
I mean, yeah, I
He
could
literally
give Code for being.
he hacked his way to victory. He didn't like
I can give
yeah. Yeah.
I can give Code credit for being more durable than Boruto thought, but I still do believe that Boruto packs him up easily. Easily.
I mean, even if you disagree with me, I don't know how you get to easily. I don't even fucking like Code. I
That's it.
don't know how you get to easily. Easily is nasty work, bro. That's crazy. That's like counter to
Not.
everything that you see in the series.
I'm just reading
Easily?
the aura from from chapter 3. That's when they actually did fight against each other. Boruto did not look concerned at all, and the only time that the Code tried to strike at Boruto when he didn't have the Uzuhiko around him, Boruto dodged it without even literally looking at him. So I mean, it
Yeah,
just looks like a mismatch
but that
from that
doesn't.
fight. It looked like a mismatch.
But Code didn't even have his karma activated at that time.
Yeah, I understand that, but we haven't necessarily seen uh, Code like unaffected by the Uzuhiko going at Boruto. I understand that you guys aren't necessarily like saying that impacts Code, but like for me, like I'd say it still does. But even if we're taking that part, like after he got impacted with the karma, so like Code Boruto was still clowning him. So like it just seems like Boruto's way ahead even without the Uzuhiko.
Well, since okay, so people say that Boruto was affected by Uzuhiko. That's what you're saying, right? When he wasn't
Yeah,
able to hit
Code.
Code. Yeah, Code is
Yeah,
affected by Uzuhiko's vertigo
yeah.
effect when he wasn't able. So okay, can you prove that?
No.
Okay. So it's not like a fact. It's just yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No,
Exactly.
I acknowledge on my end it's not a fact. So I just want to make
Yeah.
sure that we acknowledge on you guys' end it's not a fact either. That's all.
Yeah. Straight projection. Like for example, you guys were talking about how Code kind of caught Boruto's attack. Like again, I'm looking back at chapter 3 right now. He had the Uzuhiko around his arm, and to be honest, I just think that was part of the plan. Like directly after Code caught Boruto's arm, he says, you're already halfway there." Like he's about to kill him. Like it just seems like everything here just fell directly into Boruto's hands. It just looks like he's completely in control. I just think that he's way stronger than Code, and the only reason why he did use Uzuhiko right here was because he didn't actually want to kill him.
I mean, I never argued he wanted to kill him. I just said he.
No, I'm not saying that you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like the only like I feel like the idea is that Boruto
I
couldn't
get
have
what Bar
won
is saying.
without utilizing Uzuhiko. I'm saying the only reason why he did utilize it is because he didn't want to kill Code.
I get what he's saying.
I don't think he could kill Code. I think he did what he thought he needed to do to get the job done.
Yeah, we look at it from like two separate points of view.
I just don't understand how you arrive
I
at
think
your
we can get that,
conclusion
bro.
though. 'Cause, like, okay, all right. If you go back to the chapter and you actually look at the fight choreography before Uzuhiko is coiling around his arm or whatever, when they're just like trading blows, whatever, they're relative. I don't know how you look at that choreography and arrive at any other conclusion but that.
Trading. When was this? The trading blows.
Like when like Cole launched like he uses belt marks behind Boruto, popped up behind him, swiped at him. Boruto ducked towards the right, I believe. He turned
Yeah.
around, and then I forgot what happened next. Did Boruto like launch an attack at him or something? I can pull up the chapter really
That's
quickly.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He had the right at that particular point, that attack you're talking about. Boruto had the Uzuhiko coiled around his arm, and then Code blocks it. And then Boruto, it looks to me like this is a part of Boruto's plan. He says,
Wait,
"You're
but
already halfway there."
that part. If I
Yeah,
remove your assumption, I'm just going based on what I see in the chapter. We can speculate what Boruto's tactics and strategies were, but we don't know, right? I could just easily say he had a Uzuhiko, he had a Rasengan technique, and he needed to strike his opponent, and his opponent blocked it. I could easily say that too, and it'll be just as valid as your interpretation. So like, but
no, I get.
if I go based upon what we actually see and just remove like as much of our own like positions as possible as it pertains to, like induction and assumption, then it's just like they're relative. Like one blocks the other blocks they stalemate. It's only when, in my opinion, he starts to invoke Flying Thunder God to dodge, and Uzuhiko shit like mechanics, do you start to see the tides turn? And that's why I keep arguing context. That's why I say if Code fought Boruto now, I'm not sure if what the hand missing would do in terms of like diminishing him. I imagine maybe something, but I'm not entirely sure.
Cells equal chakra. Less
That is
cells,
true.
less chakra, less power.
That is true, but I'm not sure. Like I can't
GG's.
quantify the minus, but nevertheless, right? If you remove the context of the first fight where Code is making assumptions that are stupid as fuck, where he's trying to figure out what Boruto is doing, he's already behind the 8 ball, but he's trying to figure out what Boruto is doing, right? You factor in the frustration that the character has throughout the based, and that's not my opinion. It's based upon like the visual depiction of the character, to where you can actually see him sweating and shit like that. Even though Ikimoto puts sweat on everybody, they just be eating and sweating. I don't know what the fuck, but yeah. So like all that context. Boruto, if I have them equal or relative to each other, and Boruto has advantages because of the context of the fight, he has more knowledge. Code's doing stupid shit in terms of his assumptions, blah blah blah. Then of course Boruto is going to have the edge there, and I think he used what he had to. I don't think he had anything in his arsenal, time of recording, other than Uzuhiko to do anything with Code. I think he did what he needed to do, and it wasn't even enough. So he had to rely on the mechanic of the jutsu, which attacks you internally. If that mechanic was on any character in the verse, Shibai Otsutsuki, as far as we know, bro's getting packed because you can't train your internal organs. It's a hack.
But I mean, like if you believe they're relative, then that can't be true, right?
What do you mean?
Like, if they're relative, Boruto has to be able to damage Code with his arsenal because they're relative.
I don't deny that he can damage him. I'm saying that he can't.
Like he can kill him because they're relative.
I think it's
like
in
if the output input.
Yeah, no, I think it's in the realm of possibility that if they fought for like fucking One Piece pirate battles that last for fucking months and shit, if they fought for like an extended period of time and it's a battle of nutrition and Boruto can maybe edge him out in techniques and shinobi tactics and then get a victory under that context, I'm not saying it's an impossibility. I'm just saying like when I say I don't think they will be able to beat one another, I'm saying I think the majority of the time, the percentages are going to be in the favor of them basically stalemating or one of them having to win in that particular manner, to where it's just this long ass fuck you fight. And at that point, it's like, well, yeah, these guys are pretty much relative. One guy lost, but I mean, yeah, and I think that can go either way actually. So you can give it to Boruto if you're biased towards him, and I can give it to Koda if I'm biased towards him. It just depends.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't deny they can hurt each other. Yeah.
I see what you mean. Okay. Did y'all want to talk about Dragon Ball? We kind of went over the time what we were expecting. Hold on.
That's on you guys, bro. Does Kiddo Maki even watch Daima?
Yeah, that's the question we kind of asked earlier. Do you watch it, Kiddo?
Watch mid, bro. Oh, my bad. It's not mid. It's good.
Whoa. I thought you were talking about JJK. Bro, I'm like, don't you watch JJK?
Look at
Don't
the
you watch
sales,
that?
bro. Look at the sales.
Don't you watch Kagebachi or whatever the fuck it's called? Don't you?
Kagebachi.
Yeah.
Peak fiction, bro. That shit's better than Daima. I'm telling.
I mean, Daima got 2 episodes, so I mean, can we give Daima some time to cook?
Well, just confirmation, Daima doesn't have a manga, right?
Huh?
No, I don't think so.
Oh no. This is original animation.
Yeah.
Oh, and sorry, just the whole idea, this whole Code knew about Damon's abilities but still got packed, because I don't have Damon and Code relative. I love how you like chat's not factoring that part into their equation. Like, come on, really? That was an easy one.
Yeah. Shit, I forgot we were live. Okay, we're good.
I think we just look at it completely different. The only thing I would say though is like I think there would be extra reason to, just from looking at the text, there would be extra reason to believe that Boruto did want to make contact with Code, just because like he talked about prior, like he was about to, well, he talked about what he's about to do to Code, and then he pretty much said I'm already halfway there, so it could like serve as some intent to what he was trying to do like prior. But like as you said, like I feel like right now there's like a lot of projection, especially on my part, because I'm aura watching at this particular point. But like yeah, so you could be right, but I still do believe that Boruto is probably like way ahead of Code.
My only I can respect us projecting and us using induction and assumption because I'm doing the same thing, right? It'd be hypocritical of me not to, right? So that's fine. My only thing with you, Bar, in particular, is that you're saying he's leagues above code and he's like way stronger. I'm like, how do you get leagues in way based upon what the material presented? I have no idea how you got there.
Because he looked like he was indifferent to whatever Code was saying. It's like, all right, are you gonna help me or not? It's like he didn't care what Code was planning, what he was doing. It's like he was in way better grasp of the situation.
I mean, certainly, but does that equate to being
also,
leagues stronger?
Another thing, we don't have like another reference for Code. Like if Code was like on panel, like soloing some Shinju or something like that, maybe. But like we seen my guy getting yoked up by Ryu. Like we seen him in this chapter.
Yeah, we saw Boruto get pressed by Bug.
Getting pressed but not yoked up, bro. They had Code by his collar, bro.
Because he ran to Code and was begging dude to help him. That's why he didn't get yoked up. Boruto, wait. To be clear, Boruto got blitzed by Bug, slammed into a wall. Bro tanked his jutsu, was about to eat him up like Pac-Man, and bro teleported away and begged Code for help. That's what happened.
Technically, he reacted.
Yeah,
I don't deny he reacted because he got the technique off.
Code didn't even see Shinki coming, bro. That shit's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, probably because he. Wait. You guys, wait. Are we not taking? Why am I? Number one, me defending Code is blasphemous. Let's just say that, to be frank. And then number two, how are you guys not taking into consideration the context of that situation? Like, bro was
Code
hiding.
Doesn't deserve context, bro.
Yeah, I don't deny that. I don't fucking deny this position is irking me. Okay, I don't like fucking defending this dog shit character. But like, I think we gotta be like reasonable here. He's hiding out. Nobody else is calling him out. I bet he's thinking he's pretty secure. His little eyeball poking out the cube, right? And it's all of a sudden some guy's like, hold on a minute, and then just pulls him out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got caught off guard, bro. I'm like, I'm just chilling right here.
I can't see no situation where someone got Boruto by his collar, bro. I'm sorry, I can't see no.
I'm sorry, Ibuki. What the fuck do you mean, bro? Had him by the scruff of his fucking neck, bro. Made him
all right. The only scenario I could see something like that happen to Boruto if he has handcuffs that's restricting all chakra and all jutsus. That's it. Like Code was not in a situation like that.
Okay, and so when Jura pull up on that boy, you can't imagine that situation.
All right, maybe Jura.
So now you two. Now you two in the hole, Bar. Now you two in the hole. Third strike, you out.
Nah, I'm like an Infinity and 2 right now. Like those are the only two characters I could see. Like everybody else, like damn sure what's called Ryu's definitely not doing that to Boruto. Damn sure Ryu not doing that to Boruto.
How do you know that though?
You know, there is a lot of assumptions here, a lot of projections. I have to admit. But
if you can take Bug, which we can assume he's like some guy, and he can elevate to what is it, Mamushi? That motherfucker's like pressing Boruto. I don't care how you frame it. Boruto got pressed by that motherfucker. Period. He got pressed, right? There was a moment where like Boruto swipes his blade after clashing with Hirari's Chidori, and then he's swiping at Bug, and Bug like reacts to it and blocks it with his like little mouth thing. They're doing their shit. Like they're going back and forth. Like he's not stronger than Bug. There's no indications of that, or Mamushi, right? So I'm pretty sure Shinki's more powerful than Bug. So I'm not sure. To be frank, I'm not entirely sure if the source origin, even factors into the power of the Shinju that they eventually become. I can't prove that, but it kind of makes sense to me. So I'm going to say it, but I can't prove that. But I think there might be something there. I'm sorry, Kiddo, you were saying.
No, go ahead. You covered it.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, like I can't prove that, but I do think if we're doing analysis, it's something interesting to bring up at the very least. But ultimately, like I don't have any reason to believe if he's getting pressed by Mamushi, then why wouldn't he get pressed by Ryu? If he's getting like caught, like he's getting caught by Moege's Shinju, like these Shinjus seem pretty. Like the only Shinju that seems like really suspect, ironically, is Sasuke's. He's the only one that seems to be like weird. In terms of like not really confident in himself, or like trying to figure out who the fuck he is and what his purpose is and blah blah blah. It's probably because Sasuke's a fucking emo. But Mitsuri seems pretty confident. Like she seems like a bad bitch and she knows it. Fucking Mamushi seems like, yo, I'm me. Like I'm a fucking monster and I know it. Jura's confident, hand in pocket all the time, legs crossed. Okay, you got to be with that fucking toupee he got. And then fucking Ryu, he out here like motherfucker got a name now. Like he didn't already tapped into his instinct before Jura ever even brought the shit up. Like bro said, yeah, my target's Gar. And then later on, Jura's like, you need to tap into your instinct to find out your target. He's like, wait, stop. I already told you, motherfucker. I know who my target. Like, I don't even know why they did that shit. That's why I need the official release. That shit was retarded. But yeah, so like all these Shinju seem confident in themselves, but Hirari. I don't know what the fuck that is, but Hirari's like he need therapy or some shit. I don't know. But,
It kind of, the only thing I would dispute in in the little monologue is that Boruto kind
wait,
of
why
like,
does my monologue gotta be little? I'm just saying, but please.
oh
Continue.
no, it wasn't elite monologue. I ain't gonna lie, but in the monologue was the Boruto and Bug thing. Like I just feel like Boruto just he could have probably beat Bug right there in the 1v1 if it was legit just a 1v1. It was in the context of the overall plot of Boruto. Code was
Nah,
there.
bro.
There's also a possibility that hey, Code might have a future of helping Boruto and them actually defeating Jura. Like so, there's a bunch of stuff we got to bring up.
Mamushi fought him with a smile on his. He was toying with that fucking boy. Bro
I
ran
don't know
to
if he
his
was.
op and begged him for help. I don't like. I feel like I'm getting
I don't know if he
gaslit here.
ran to his. I don't. Well,
Oh, I'm
first things
sorry.
first.
I'm
He
sorry.
needs.
He
Well, first
teleported.
things.
That's even worse. Bro had to have
What
instantaneous help. You're
Boruto
correct.
needed
You're
to.
correct. Yeah.
Boruto dodged the attack and simultaneously did what he needed to do. He needed to save Code because I feel like there's a future where Code actually does help Boruto, and Kashin Koji probably told Boruto that. I feel like he wanted to save Code because he was
Wait.
in a precarious
All right.
situation. He was already weakened, and there's no way he could possibly escape at
Well,
that particular
That's a
point.
fine
also
theory, Bar. That's a fine theory.
there's also the context of him knowing that you have other Shinjus, because he even mentioned it before to Koda when Koda saying, "Oh, was he created using Bogar or something?" He's like, he isn't the only one or something. So, like, I think that's
But
the context
do we
behind it.
know when he had that information?
Well, he had it in the battle because he literally told Code that Bug wasn't the only one. So, yeah, he
Mhm.
definitely knew.
Yeah.
I think it's likely that he knew, but I don't think it's like definitive that he knew the specifics. He might have just known about because if you go back in the flashback, right? Just hang with me for a
Mhm.
second. He only knows about Jura, if I recall correctly, right? That's the only name that's ever mentioned, like Jura. And
hmm
and we know that
Well,
multiple other Shinju can manifest. So he might not know like the specific numbers of the ones in that Ten Tails dimension at the time, or like X, Y, and Z. But he may just look at Bug's situation based upon the knowledge that was given to him by Koji and say, that motherfucker's in a tree. Yeah, he probably, yeah. And then that's how that led to it. But I do agree that it's likely that he knew about them. But regardless of that being the case, then take that Shinju out quicker. If you can, if you're stronger than that Shinju, defeat him real quick while the others aren't here, and then you one Shinju down. That makes sense
But
to me.
that
yeah, but
invokes Bug, and the Kashin Koji was already bugging. Not no pun intended. Like he was already in Boruto's air. Like if you defeat like Bug
But they
right
didn't
there,
stop
and then
Bug.
a
But they
soul key
didn't.
pops out, like Jura's blacking at that point. Like hold on.
But that's what we're assuming. Like we don't know that Boruto knows that, and then also like Boruto, if he's so like stronger than Bug, then just grab him, teleport, and then fuck his shit up.
well, I think well, based on the chapter itself, like Kashin Kochi tells him that there will be divine tree people, and their leader is Jura. So he knows that there's going to be multiple. So I think the goal of Boruto was to stop the Shinju from evolving into the Ten Tails from evolving into the Shinju.
Yeah.
So when he got there and it was too late, which he says, if he sees one Shinju, he knows that simple deduction, yeah, I'm too late and the Shinjus are born. So I think that's the logical assumption. And if Boruto is smart, that's the conclusion he would come to. And Boruto is pretty smart. So I think that's what happened then. So he pretty much
I don't
assumed that,
deny
yeah,
that.
okay, I'm too late and the Shinjus are here.
Yeah,
And then
but he
they
was
start to
engaged. For instance, right? Say everything that you said was true, right? Bro was looking
Mhm.
at Bug, and Bug launched at him, and then got to him, slammed him against the wall. Why didn't Boruto dodge that?
Mhm.
If you could.
No, well, I don't think Bug is weak, by the way. So I'm not arguing that. I think that there are at least like some relativity, low end relativity there. So I'm not arguing that Bug is weak. I already said that. So
Yeah, but my only thing is Bug was like toying, like if you just look at the visual like indicators, right? Like trying to take as much data in for your analysis as possible, right? This dude's like smiling, he's like cheat cheat cheat, like laughing and shit. Well, Boruto's deadly serious. Like
sit back.
this dude's like running over to his op and begging him for help and shit. And maybe you can say, well, he's not begging him for help versus this one Shinju. He's begging him for help for all the other Shinju, right? Maybe you can make that argument, but that still doesn't negate the fact that bro got pressed by a dude he was staring directly at. Bro launched at him, got to him, slammed him against the wall, had him on his ass, tanked his purple lightning or whatever little Pikachu Thunderbolt attack he used, right? He ate all that shit, reacted to his sword swipe after the Hidari clash. Like, I'm fine with them being relative, whatever
But
the case may be.
technically, Boruto reacted to him
What do you mean?
because
The
he was
last part?
coming in to attack. Yeah, to attack Boruto, and Boruto blocked him with the sword.
I think we have a
100%.
different interpretation. No, wait, I
No,
don't.
you can go
Wait,
back. Like,
wait. I don't disagree
Mhm.
in that sense.
Okay.
That Bug was launching an attack at him, but Boruto was he was countering with a swipe of his own, and then Bug like chomped down on the sword to stop the swipe.
Okay.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So like he's reacting to Boruto's reacting to him. So it's like Bug, Boruto, then Bug, but he ends with Bug reacting to Boruto.
Mhm.
That's all I'm saying.
If he caught it with a purple lightning, he's done for. The you agree?
Not
Swipe him.
necessarily. I do think his sword swipe would be more potent, but I don't have any indication that it would be more potent enough to do like it certainly wouldn't be faster. I don't think, right? But the sword swipe
I
would be
mean,
more potent.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it
kinda
would be faster.
Also,
Lightning, because
Oh.
when you amp your chakra with lightning, it increases speed.
but he's not like amping his chakra. He's just infusing his blade with chakra. I mean, he's not.
No,
You get
well,
what I'm saying. Hopefully, you get what I'm saying.
yeah, but like it's the same thing with Chidori. It's like is when we, you know, that Chidori like creates the tunnel vision because of that speed, because your
Yeah, but
chakra
like
is vibrating so fast. So it's like
the
it's the same
speed,
thing.
the speed doesn't come from the lightning style though for Chidori. For instance, Sarada's speed with Chidori is her base speed. That's it. Like she can move at that speed absent of Chidori or Sharingan. She would just get the tunnel vision, sure, but like there's nothing
No,
in
but
there's nothing in the description of Chidori that says it makes you faster. Nothing.
it definitely does.
It absolutely doesn't.
I mean, if you pull up the
In order
manga,
in
I had
order
to
to
look
get the
it up.
Chidori off, you need
Mello's right.
a speed prerequisite. Like you have to be at a certain speed level. That's why Kakashi taught Sasuke high speed taijutsu so that he can meet the speed requirements to even get the jutsu off. But nothing about the jutsu itself makes you faster. I had this misconception before until I did research about it. Because I was saying that Sarada, she got like lightning eps from Chidori, and then I was wrong.
nah, he definitely makes it faster. Bro. Like even
It
Mitsuki even
doesn't.
says this in the Boruto fight.
It does no. He says it's a high speed striking attack.
Nah, I looked it up too because I was arguing with Mello too, and I looked it up, and he's right.
What?
Because I thought it was a lightning cloak.
What did you look
faster.
up? What did you look up? Let me see.
I'll look it up for you. Hold on, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, because I was working on this video, so I had this folder power scaling Sarada somewhere. Sarada power scaling. Give me a second. Yeah, it doesn't give her a speed up. It's just her raw speed.
See that?
Try to find it. Because and even if you take Mitsuki, which is interesting, there's like every other person explaining it, which would contradict what he says. I don't know what the fuck he said, but I would need to see what he said to even work with that. But give me a second.
I got it. Hold on.
I think I was posting panels or whatever. But I guess Free Game has it. While he brings that up, I will say, getting back to like the whole thing. My only reason why I brought up Bug is just to say, if Boruto's getting pressed by Bug, even if you think they're relative, he's definitely getting pressed by Ryu.
I don't know if he gets yoked up by Ryu.
I mean, I don't know if he gets yoked up, but I don't think he's like packing Ryu. Like I don't think like we're saying like, oh, Ryu wouldn't like choke him up in a way that diminishes Ryu relative to Boruto. I don't think that's true.
But my whole point with invoking Bug though and invoking Ryu was like if we had like another reference of Code fighting another character that was like semi strong, semi on the level of Boruto, then I feel like we could have more of an accurate representation. But as of right now, it's like all projection. I feel like we're just taking like two separate sides of it. I think that Boruto was just way too confident that he wanted to use Uzuhiko, and you think that he was way too like nervous that he had to use the Uzuhiko. Put it like that. But like I see what you mean though.
Mhm.
I want to
Those
So,
find it.
Chidori. With this
Because
is.
I don't know what free game just posted, bro. I don't
Hold
know what the
on,
fuck
my
that is.
bad.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Hold on.
now
But I can.
we need sources for
Bro
you.
had a Google search, bro. He has
No, I
generative
didn't.
AI.
Hold on. It's from Core.
Uh,
But
I
mm,
have actual panels
I
from
have the
him.
panels. I can just post the panels and shit.
Let's see.
Yeah,
So let
this.
me
Hold
post.
up. Yeah,
So
hit
we
me
have
up.
the Mitsuki one there. And this is the Minato one. So so you look at the Minato one first. It says, that jutsu of yours, you shouldn't use it anymore. From what I saw, it says strike with a single focus. It certainly has speed and destructive power.
Yeah.
So it referring to the jutsu, but it makes you move to it again. It makes you move too fast to ascertain your opponent's counterattacks. So how the it's worded
So
is
I'm going to
referring
explain
to.
this, but I'm gonna let you do your thing. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, sure. So it's worded that the jutsu itself makes him faster. So it's similar to what's it called again? The Raikage's lightning cloak, right? It's described that it makes him faster because lightning itself, when you transform your chakra into lightning, you're basically vibrating your chakra really, really fast to produce lightning. So they describe different, wind you make it thinner or something like that, and the other ones you make it heavier, something nonsense. You guys can search it up.
Can I ask you
But
a
for
quick
lightning,
question?
you vibrate, which excites your chakra, which
Does every
makes.
lightning style technique make you faster?
Yeah, I think so.
So cutting make you faster, or like the little lightning
Karin,
ball, like the little. Never mind cutting. That's like a little weird, like nature energy type shit, or nature power or whatever. Like when Sarda does like the little lightning ball attack that she had versus that she got from Buten from the academy arc that she uses in the shooting exams. Blah blah blah. You know what I'm talking about, right?
yeah, yeah.
Does that make her faster?
It it depends. So if I stand and I fire a technique, I'm not moving, so I'm not faster. When Sarda uses that technique, she doesn't move. She's just she's standing. It's a stationary technique, and she fires it. The technique itself is fast because it utilizes lightning, which by nature vibrates, so it's faster. So yeah, the technique is fast, but it's not being applied to her, so she's not fast. So context matters. So Chidori characters moving.
Does,
So
does
it
purple lightning
makes
make you
so
faster?
yes, it does. So it's but purple line is just a variant of Chidori. So it's yeah, it makes it faster. So if you run with the
But
technique
wouldn't you
as
have the
Minato
tunnel vision problem?
yeah, but there's a difference. Purple
Right.
lightning is weaker than Chidori. It isn't
Okay.
that strong. Like this is stated in novels, it's just more versatile. And by virtue of it not amping your speed to the level that it gives you tunnel vision, that is why it's more versatile and you can do more things with it.
So in the description of purple lightning, it says it makes you faster. I genuinely don't know. I haven't looked up purple lightning in a while.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't state that, but like it's stated for Chidori. I mean, no, Chidori is just a
Oh yeah,
variant of
sorry.
purple
I needed
lightning.
to address what you said about this. Okay. So
Mhm.
when he says from what I saw, it's a strike. Blah blah. It certainly has speed. So it being the jutsu, correct? We agree on that.
Yeah,
Okay. So I think Chidori is an interesting jutsu because there are multiple elements that come together to form Chidori, right? And one of the things is speed, right? It's the whole thing where like I said before, Kakashi trained Sasuke in Rock Lee's high speed taijutsu because he needed to reach a speed prerequisite to even use Chidori to begin with. Excuse me.
you need to be able to handle those speeds. Yes.
Is that what was said?
Yeah.
Can you show me really quick?
I mean, I have to like go back to part one, man. Like, I don't know what chapter that was, but I'm sure like
Um,
he trained him to be able to move at that speed. Yeah.
it's so annoying because I have all these panels saved somewhere in this fucking computer. Give me a second. I'll just find it. But my point is,
Okay.
my point is, when he says it certainly has speed, it's just the jutsu, but the jutsu is completed because you're fast. Otherwise, you won't even get like the chirping sound because you won't be moving fast enough for that to occur. So that's the context with that. It's not that the jutsu increases your speed. It's just that the jutsu is complete because of your own speed.
I mean that's certainly an interpretation, but I don't think that's what this says. I mean, it says like
Let's pull Rock
it
Lee.
certainly. So
Not
if
Rock
it
Lee.
says like
Guy's explanation of it. Let's pull that up as well. When Sasuke first
okay,
uses
sure.
it. Man,
Yeah,
fuck, I don't have this. Give me a second.
Okay.
I got more Konohamaru shit than I should. It's gonna take me a little bit to find it, I think. I need to clean out these folders.
I think you can find it. I think it's around chapter 98, I believe.
Well, shit, kiddo, pull it up then. Help a brother.
Let me see. Chapter 98. Its preliminaries completed. Lee 7. Gara versus Lee. Lee's secret. There we go. You did too.
No, it's Sasuke versus, because that's when he uses the Chidori.
Oh, Sasuke versus Gara.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's easier then. Okay.
Yeah.
So after the Neji fight, Sasuke forfeits. Let's see.
And then later on, Sasuke explains
Chapter
Chidori to
98.
Sarada when he's training her as well. So I'm gonna find those scans I had too. But we're gonna start with the Maito Guy one.
Alright, gotcha. So it's chapter 112, I think.
What does this say?
As you guys are looking, this adds almost no input, but I asked ChatGPT, does Chidori make you faster? It says it does. It says Chidori, a technique in the Naruto series, is designed to increase the user's speed and piercing power. That's like one of the first sentences.
GTP.
Well, shit, man. If AI said it, then
I mean, like,
But nah,
okay,
AI
just do
told
it.
me some
It's
bullshit
crazy.
before.
We're just
AI
nerds,
told me
you
that
know.
fucking I think it said Ishiki was Kage is that. I was like, okay, I'm not trusting this no more.
okay. So I'm going to.
So it's
Oh,
chapter
sorry.
112, Mello, but I don't know what you're looking for specifically.
Just like Guy explaining to everybody. But give me a second. I'm just
What
gonna
kind of
post these
did he
little
put him
scans.
through to own him? Sasuke mimicked Lee's taijutsu using Sharingan once before. So during his taijutsu training, I just had him visualize Lee's movement. I'm just gonna screenshot it and put it in the chat.
Yeah, probably be best. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
So I got these scans for where Sasuke's actually like explaining Chidori to Sarada.
Oh, not anime filler. Oh, ew.
Wait, what? What
Delete that shit, bro.
are you talking about,
Yo,
bro?
we only use manga, bro. What is this?
This is accurate
Boruto
information.
anime.
Wait. This stuff in anime doesn't contradict the manga stuff, though.
Well, at least I take anime. Well, I take anime as canon.
We got
No,
a manga purist in here. Damn, I ain't know all that. Whoa.
at least I'll see this as accurate.
Yeah.
Chidori. Alright, this is just requires you to read your opponent's movements. Okay. This is what technique is called. Fatally injured. Okay. It's a little bit.
Wait. What are you reading right now, kiddo?
And strike from close range. Okay. I'm reading your images.
Okay.
Yeah. At
So,
the single point and your.
I think these are out of order, but
Yeah, because I'm like, okay.
yeah, they're slightly out of order. But basically, it's like hold on, let me see.
But he agrees with me. He says it increases the speed of your strike.
Give me a second. This shit is
sure.
all out of order.
But I sent the guy thing for you.
Well, does he say increase the speed of your strike, or does it say it increases the speed of?
Yeah, check the it's the one.
That's why I said it doesn't contradict the manga. It doesn't contradict the manga. It's the same explanation I gave to you for like Minato. So when he says like the jutsu itself, like because as a byproduct of the speed that's required to even use it to begin with, that's why the jutsu itself. Yeah.
No, but this doesn't contradict what I said.
What did you say? Again, remind me.
No. Well, basically, I said it. The jutsu increases your speed, and that's what Sasuke says in this thing. So it says, and strike from a close range at a single point and increase the speed of your strike. So So this isn't the thing that you sent. So it's not really contradicting what I'm saying.
Give me a second. The out of order part is throwing me off because he explains it in like a certain kind of order. Give me
Okay.
a second.
My thing is he saying to Sara to increase the speed of her strike to like match the speed of the Chidori, or is he saying the Chidori increases the speed of the strike?
Says
No,
master.
he's saying the Chidori increases the speed of her strike.
That's my problem, Baro, because in sequential order, it would make like I would have like because he's trying to teach her how to use this jutsu, right? So so he says in order to fuck the order's fucking me off. I mean, not fucking me
Just
off.
delete everything.
What is it
Say
doing to you?
again.
The order's throwing me off. Okay, let me see.
It says mastery of the Chidori relies heavily on the speed of your strike. I was
Then
over
scroll
there
down
being-
to the second part where
I was
they're
always-
standing in like a sunlight and shit.
I was always
Okay,
over there at the,
I'll just read it.
Go ahead.
So it says mastery of the Chidori relies heavily on the speed of your strike, and your body's ability to produce an immense amount of chakra. The combination of focusing your chakra at a single point and the swiftness of your strike creates a unique sound that resembles the sound of 1,000 birds. That's why that's why this technique is called Chidori. But this jutsu requires you to read your opponent's movements and strike from close range. You could end up fatally injured if your opponent counters it. It's a double-edged sword. You have to damage your opponent with a single strike. In order to do that, you need to focus your chakra at a single point and increase the speed of your strike. So he's not saying the lightning style is increasing your speed. He's saying you need to focus your chakra at a single point and then increase the speed of your strike.
No, but I think that's a theory interpretation again. I think the focusing of the chakra is what he's saying she's using to increase the speed of her strike.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Wait, hold on.
In order to do that, you need to focus your chakra at a single point and increase the speed of your strike. Like,
Yeah, so
but
what
the
he's
jutsu
saying.
itself is movement, right?
Hold on, give me a second. Let me go back a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so it says, but this jutsu requires you to read your opponent's movements and strike from close range. You could end up fatally injured if your opponent counters it. It's a double-edged sword. You have to damage your opponent with a single strike. So he's talking about like you need to damage them with a single strike. He's not saying you need to blitz your opponent. He's saying you need to damage them with a single strike. In order to do that, you need to focus. So in order to damage, this is what is a prerequisite for that. In order to do that, you need to focus your chakra at a single point and increase the speed of your strike. That's all he's saying. He's not saying you need to focus your chakra at a single point, which increases the speed of your strike. He's saying focus your chakra at a single point and increase the speed of your strike. That speed increase comes from her own speed. It's not an amp from the Chidori lightning, whatever.
Well, I think it's definitely both. Because if you look at it, I mean, she is increasing the speed of her strike. Like if Sasuke is running at Naruto, and then he pulls his hand, and then like strikes forward, he's increasing the speed. He's directing the flow of the energy towards Naruto, and that which does increase the speed. But it's not like a contradiction to what's said in the manga. So like, it go back to
But the manga agrees. I believe the manga agrees with me. That's why I'm saying it's not contradicting the manga.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't contradict what I'm saying. Like it's just focusing on one thing. Because if you go back to the manga again, so let me just go over the Mitsuki one and the Minato one. So like, it certainly has speed and destructive power. So we agree that it's referring to jutsu. The jutsu has speed, and then in addition to that, Minato again. This
Wait,
is
real quick. So the jutsu does have speed because speed is a prerequisite to even have a completed Chidori. I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
But we're trying to get to saying the lightning style of the Chidori, the properties of that is responsible for the speed. I don't agree
think
with
that's
that.
an interpretation because again, but let me finish up. It
Yeah.
says it has speed and destructive power. So referring to Jujutsu, right? Then he goes on to say, but it makes you to move too fast to ascertain your opponent's counterattack. It's not saying that you move too fast, so you're unable to like ascertain the attacks of your opponents because you're using Chidori,
So you're
right?
talking about the
When you're
jutsu.
using Chidori. But
Yeah.
he's saying he literally says that it makes you move too fast. So he's saying that the jutsu makes Kakashi move too fast
Yes, because
for
the
him to
jutsu,
ascertain his
yeah,
opponents.
because it uses
The
this,
jutsu
it
does
uses
this,
high speed.
not Kakashi's speed. So the jutsu makes him too fast.
But
And then
but that jutsu is the only technique that Kakashi has that makes use of that level of speed. That's what's being said
because
here.
no, it's
The
the only
jutsu,
jutsu that gets him to that speed. So again, like it comes down like you're
and
using a
that's where we
different
disagree.
interpretation of the
Yeah.
things. But then I go to like not Minato's, Mitsuki's one. He says the Chidori, a super high speed thrust attack where you concentrate your chakra in your hand and then release it. Right. So it's not a contradiction. They're basically saying the same thing.
It's
Focus your
so
chakra in your
fast.
hand, right?
It's so
It's so
fast that
fast.
yeah, that it's hard to have accurate aim with it. Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
I don't like
It's a
he's saying
difficult
the
jutsu
same thing.
because
He's saying the same thing Minato is saying, which I agree with, is
exactly
that the
it
jutsu,
is
it is the jutsu, and the jutsu is making use of that level of speed. Yes.
that's not what it said. Like that's an interpretation, but that's not what it says. Like it says the
Exactly what it says.
jutsu. It says it makes you. Well, the words you're using are not on the page.
Yes, it's
You know what?
no, but I am saying that. I'm saying it's the jutsu, the finished product, which has a prerequisite of you meeting a speed requirement, right? Once you take all these little ancillary side requirements and put them together, it forms the completed Chidori. So when they say it's, they saying when you use this jutsu, accompanying this jutsu is this level of speed at which you're moving. So when they say it is making you, they're talking about that. That's all they're saying. If it was another jutsu that used that level of speed, they would say it too. Even if it's like a fire style jutsu, but you're like having like you're moving at that speed with a fire punch, they would still say, yo, that jutsu is making you move too fast because it's factoring in that level of speed. So it's a flawed technique.
But the context of this is that this is a specific type of jutsu and nature release that is associated with speed in Naruto. So when like if I were to say, let's say a character used fireball jutsu and which has never been associated with speed for a reason, and yeah, okay, cool. When
Fire
he
force.
uses this jutsu, I mean in Naruto,
No, I
then
guess,
when
I
he
guess.
uses this jutsu, like, oh, yo, he's moving fast. Then, oh, I'm gonna be like, yeah, maybe he's just like, the fire is just powering him up, and he's just like moving faster because of that, right? But then, like in this specific instance, for one, we know that lightning release is associated with speed.
Excuse me. But we
So,
also
like,
confirmed that it's not in every case, right?
no, well, in every case where it's applied to the body,
Is that true?
I haven't seen.
So when Boruto
I
uses
was
like his lightning style against Bug or Mamushi, that
it
made him
does make
faster.
him move faster. Like when he uses the lightning, purple lightning, and he's like he has purple lightning in his hand. It's on his hand and on his sword because when he uses purple lightning to amp the sword, it's not just on the sword; it's also on his hand. It does increase his swiping speed. And when he puts it on and he's like blitzing Mitsuki's what snake tendrils, like that's a speed feat, and it's
Can you show me
likely due
something
to
where
the
that?
amping purple lightning.
Can you like show me something that says that? Because I haven't looked into Purple Lightning. You
I
may be
don't need to
completely
say that
correct.
because like
You may be completely
because
correct.
if
I
like
haven't seen Purple Lightning in a while.
it's like when if Boruto uses Naruto uses a Rasengan in Shippuden, like
Mhm.
they don't need to tell me that the Rasengan does what they said it does in part one. So it's like fucking what's it called again? If like the Raikage, for example, he's able to amp his speed because of lightning, because he applies it to his body. So like
Wait,
what
that I
logic?
don't deny. Yeah, it's a
Yeah, but
specific technique that does that. Yes.
yeah, because of the excitement of chakra, because it vibrates the chakra, which increases speed. That's how they explained it. So if, like, let's say I put it this way, if I'm able to get stronger by putting something over my entire body, would I be able to make my finger stronger by putting it over my finger?
Yeah.
Okay, so if lightning
If it works
is
out
able
that way
to, if I
mechanically.
cloak your body, if I put lightning on my hand, would my hand just be faster? Look at it. Oh, look at Naruto on the moon versus Toneri.
Mhm.
When he cloaked his entire body in the Kurama chakra cloak, right? Overall, Naruto is now faster and stronger.
So
But
sorry, real quick.
when he focused
So what
all
are you
that
saying?
chakra to his fist, his fist, the power is applied to his fist, right?
I, wait.
The effect
Okay.
of the power, I mean.
I know exactly where you're going. This doesn't work for Chidori because Chidori
Why?
focuses the chakra in a single point. You agree with that, right? You're not thrusting
Yeah,
with your wrist. You're not thrusting with your fingertips. You're not thrusting with your hand. You're thrusting with your like elbow, your shoulder joints, right? So if you're focusing your chakra at a single point, which is your hand, the point of
single point is
impact,
the hand, yes.
how is it increasing the speed potency of your shoulder, which is what you're using to strike with?
Well, the chakra itself is running through the body to get to
No,
the
it's
hand.
not. It's not the lightning style. It's like I said, it's focusing your chakra at a single point. Correct?
Yeah, but the chakra, to focus the chakra to that point, chakra manipulation doesn't happen in the hand. So
Well,
if
obviously.
if I'm charging a Chidori, it's connected to my entire chakra system.
Yes,
So
but
if
when
I'm
we're looking at the
changing,
conclusion of Chidori, which is the lightning style
no,
being formed through nature transformation in the palm of your hand, correct?
yeah, but it doesn't just, unless you think like when you form it, it's just like a 1 point thing, and it's just like doesn't affect any other part of the
You know,
body.
what
Is
I
that what you
think is
mean?
based upon what I see. They use their normal chakra and they focus it in the palm of their hand, and then they use nature
Mm-hmm.
transformation, and then in the palm of their hand is the lightning chakra. Yes,
Yeah,
based on
which
definition.
allows
So
them to move
you don't
faster.
strike forwards with the palm of your hand. You agree with that, correctly? I mean, correct?
Well, technically you can.
Show me. My God, I want to see a brother do that. What you mean, like a rocket fist? What are you talking about?
Now,
Like Android 16?
if you pull back and you have like a nice chakra stance with your feet, then you like jab forward.
How
Do
are
it
you
right now.
jabbing with
What?
your wrist? I mean, how are you jabbing with the palm of your hand? You would do that at the shoulder, right? The shoulder,
Now
the
you can.
elbow.
Now
Is that
it's you
motion?
incorporate the entire hand. It's not
Yes,
just
but
the shoulder.
the chakra
It's the
focuses
entire
a
hand.
single point, kiddo.
Yeah, exactly. No, but Mello, you're not understanding. It doesn't just, like, you're speaking as if when you jab, it's just your shoulder, and oh, because the shidori isn't on his shoulder, then it's not applying any type of speed. That wouldn't make sense because it's on the hand itself. The
You
hand
agree
is a
that it's
part
not
of the
making you
jab.
run. You agree it's not making you run faster. Because
Not with your, no.
the only
The
argument you could be
speed is
making is the
the
striking
attack
speed.
itself.
That's the
Yeah,
only
but
argument you can.
that's what
Yeah.
we're arguing.
No. But I'm trying to narrow down because I always want to eliminate the whole running thing. Okay, so it doesn't make you faster in terms of your movement speed, just your striking speed. Okay, cool. We isolate that. Again, I'm going to read what it says here. It says, mastery of the Chidori relies heavily on the speed of your strike. It doesn't say,
Yes,
it doesn't say the lightning style of the Chidori is amping your. It says mastery
it
of the
doesn't
Chidori relies heavily on the speed of your strike. It also
even say
says,
that. It's
hold on,
That's
really quick,
incorporated in shidori itself.
and your body's ability to produce an immense amount of
Mhm,
chakra,
mhm.
the
Yeah,
combination of
powers it.
focusing your chakra at a single
Yeah,
point and the swiftness of your strike creates a unique sound that
yeah.
resembles blah blah blah, right? So he's saying that
Mm-hmm.
focus the chakra in the palm of your hand, use nature release, turn it into lightning. It's focused at that single point. We know you don't jab with your wrist or the palm of your hand. So the strike has to come from her seed, which is a
Yeah.
prerequisite to get you to the thousand birds chirping sound, which is an indication that you've mastered the technique.
Nah, you jab with the
You
entire
don't
hand.
jab with your
No, because even
hand.
if, no, but
Have you
you
ever
jab with the entire
have you
body,
boxed
man.
before? You don't jab with a hand. How do you jab with a hand? The
You
motion
jab
of a
with your
jab
finger.
starts at the shoulder. You can pivot your hips and to get
It
more
doesn't
power with
matter
a
where
hook.
it starts,
No,
but it incorporates the entire hand.
no. It is a difference between your hand and your arm. Your whole arm.
Yeah,
You agree with that, right? Okay. So you don't jab
but
concludes
but
at the
but
hand.
what's on the hand? What's on the arm? I mean, what's on the arm?
Not lightning chakra.
No, what's on the what? Right? You're saying that you jab with your arm. What's on the arm? Your hand. Your hand is a part of the jab. Like, I don't understand like the
Until
distinction you're
knowing,
trying to make.
wait, stop. The fuck? Yes, your hand is on your arm,
Yes,
bro. Kiddo, try to jab right now without moving your shoulder or your elbow.
I know,
Jab with your hand.
but I don't.
Jab with your
That's
hand.
but
Your
hand.
hand.
I'm just saying that your hand is a part of it. I'm not saying that your hand is the only thing
Don't
moving.
deny
I know
that.
your entire
It's a.
arm is moving. I'm saying your hand is
But
a
when
part of it. That's not what I'm saying.
we're talking about the
Yeah, but when you
striking speed.
strike, you
Okay,
strike
the
with your
strike
entire
does not
arm.
start with the hand.
No, I'm not. I never said that
Yes.
it started with your hand. Though,
No,
like,
no,
I
no,
don't
no, no.
understand
Kiddo,
what
this is
you're
okay.
arguing
It's
against.
focused in a single
Yes,
point,
which is on
and
your
it's not
hand.
the arm; it's the
Yes,
hand.
correct.
Okay,
And
so
the hand is on the arm, right?
so when we say it's a combination of focusing your chakra at a single point, and
Yeah.
then which is the hand, the palm
The
of your hand,
hand. Yeah. The hand is that's
and the swiftness of your strike creates a unique
the
sound that
swiftness.
resembles a thousand. The hand, there's no swiftness of the strike with the hand. If the chakra, wait, hold on. If the lightning chakra amps your speed, but we're focusing the lightning chakra in the palm of your hand, and you jab not with your hand, the palm of your hand, but also your entire arm, your shoulder, that motion with technique, then how the hell is the lightning boosting your striking speed when it
Because
starts
I
at the
don't
elbow
understand, but
and
no,
the shoulder?
your hand is on your arm. Like, I don't understand. Like, you're saying that we're striking with your arm, which you already agreed. Your hand is on your arm,
No one's
which means that
denying that.
your
Yeah.
hand is a part of your arm, which with your arm you're also jabbing with your hand. And if your hand, which is a part of your arm, is amped with lightning chakra, I don't see how this is a contradiction to lightning chakra.
This better than I don't know how to explain this better to you. Is be focused in a single point. The chakra would be focused along the
No, it
arm,
doesn't need to be.
which would increase the elbow movements that the jab starts at and ends at the hand.
It doesn't need
That's
to
how
be.
that would make sense
It doesn't
the
need
way
to be.
you're
Let
explaining.
me
it.
ask you this. When you go to the gym, you know, get your biceps stronger. Does that help you overall when you're lifting heavy stuffs?
Nope. I'm sorry. I don't care about
Heavy
this
stuff.
this
No,
hypothetical
because what
example or
I'm
whatever.
saying is that
I'm talking about the description
no,
of the
listen,
technique.
because no, you're bringing up hypotheticals, so I'm bringing up one as well. When you increase, if I say, and let me just finish this. If I say, which then creates the lining chakra, which excites, vibrates
In the
which we
palm of
know
your
to create
hand.
speed in the palm of your hand, and your hand is connected to your arm, and then you do a jab with your entire arm, which part of your entire arm. How is this a contradiction to say that the lightning chakra that's on your hand does your entire arm? How is that a contradiction?
Because the lightning chakra is focused on a single point.
That's also
which is the palm of your
that's
hand.
connected to
Do
your
you agree with
arm.
that? So show me something that says the chakra funnels up your arm. Show me that then.
It doesn't need to.
What are you talking
It
about?
doesn't need to funnel up your arm because
the
it's
properties
on.
of the lightning the properties of the lightning style isn't to be fast, it's to pierce.
Do you know
That's the
Iron,
point of the
do you know
Chidori.
Iron Fist from Marvel?
The Marvel
Yeah,
hero?
yeah. So you know, like he does that thing where he puts the power in his fist,
Yeah.
and then he's
Yeah.
able to like punch stronger and shit. The power is
Mm-hmm.
focused in his fist, right?
I mean, I don't know the mechanics of Iron Fist. He's like a
Yeah.
C tier
Okay.
hero. I
Yeah.
don't really care
Well, the
about.
power is focused in his fist, and you know his fist glows when he uses the power. But when he punches, which I know you know this, involves not just your hand; it's your entire arm, right?
You know, have you ever thrown a punch?
Oh my
I'm not
goodness.
trying to be like
No,
an
let me
asshole
ask you
about this.
what? No. Let
it-
me ask you this: what exactly did I just say about punching? Doesn't indicate that I know what a punch is. Do you not punch with your entire arm?
Because everything that you're telling me is indicating that either I don't think you don't know. I just think for the sake of your argument, you're like, I don't know,
All right,
arguing
no, let me
against what
ask.
I'm saying. It's weird.
Can I ask the question? When I just said
Mhm.
when you punch with your entire arm. What about that is incorrect?
Everything else that you've been saying leading up to this
Okay,
point.
so nothing I just said which prompted you to ask that question was incorrect. You just felt like asking an irrelevant
Because I don't
question.
care about Iron Fist. Like
So that's what I'm
that's
saying. So yeah,
irrelevant.
okay.
So I'm
So
getting
the
back to
point
the
is,
point where you were making points that didn't make sense back to Naruto. That's why I asked that question.
no,
I'm
but
ignoring
that
the
doesn't
Iron
make
Fist bit. Yeah.
that doesn't make sense because you asked me if I knew how to throw a
So
punch,
so
which
but,
doesn't
okay,
apply
okay,
to your
so
original argument. It applies to mine. So
no,
that doesn't
no,
even
it
make
does.
sense.
No, I'll explain it so that we won't be confused. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And yeah. So
Yeah.
it sounds like you think the lightning because the hand is attached to the arm. The lightning style is what funneling it's throughout the entire arm. Is that what you're saying?
You're not listening because I said multiple times that's not what I'm saying.
Then why are we having this conversation? If it's
I'm saying
focused,
that a part of the
if the lightning style is amping your speed, that's what you're saying. But he's focusing it on a single point, even with which is the hand.
speed of the strike specifically, yes.
You don't strike with the hand. That's all I'm saying.
I'm saying you don't strike with your hand. So what do you punch with? Your elbow?
You don't strike. You don't begin a
You
strike
strike
with the
with
hand.
your arm, which is connect. I never said it big. You're using a strawman argument.
No,
I
no, no, no,
never
no, no,
said
no,
you
no, no,
begin
no,
a
no,
strike
no,
with your
no.
hand.
The reason why I'm saying that is because the chakra is focused in a single point, which is the hand, not the
Which
arm.
is irrelevant.
It's not
It doesn't matter.
irrelevant because the chakra that's focused is the thing that you're saying is giving you the speed. How is it speeding up his arm when it's focused in one part of the arm?
It doesn't. I never said it sped up his arm. I said it sped up the strike. The strike. Now,
But you
let me put
strike
it. Let
with
me
the
explain
arm,
better.
right?
Yeah, let me put it. What I'm not saying that. I know what you're envisioning. Like the chakra is it focused in his hand and it's like reverberating through his entire arm.
That's what
But
it sounds like you saying.
yeah, that's not exactly what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that
Okay.
so
Okay.
since it's focused to the hand itself, which is connected to the entire arm, right? When you strike with the entire arm, which the chakra, the chakra that's amping the hand itself, because I'm saying the chakra is amping, so you have to take that into consideration because
Sure.
that's
I'm
how lightning
listening.
chakra is created by vibrating the chakra. A chakra itself, by itself, when you focus it in any point, makes that point stronger overall.
I'm listening.
But focusing back at this point. So if he focuses the chakra, turns it into lightning, which we know excites it and makes things faster. I'm saying that the chakra that's focused in the hand is in the hand. I'm not saying that it's in the arm. But by virtue of it being in the hand itself, which is a part of the entire arm, when he goes for a strike, right, the speed itself excites the movement, excites the entire movement of the vessel itself that's thrusting forward.
So it would affect
Right? It's like when a
so it affects your
Naruto
movement
character
speed.
uses chakra. Well, not well. Well, the movement
The
speed of the
entire
strike
vessel, right?
itself. It doesn't spread. It depends on how far it spreads, but the chidori doesn't spread to the entire body. So I'm not saying like, oh, his feet is moving fast. I'm just saying like the thrust. It's like when Boruto does the hip
hold on.
thrust.
So you're saying the hand is attached to the arm, so the speed attributed to the hand must be attributed to the arm. Do I have that right?
Yes.
Okay, so the arm is attached to the body. So does that speed increase the stats of the body?
Depends on how far it goes. Because
So
if
how do
it
you
doesn't,
how do you measure the length of it, the spread?
there's no typically, like when you look at like the right Kage, you can see it like spread around the entire body. So that's way more obvious.
It makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. But in this case, like I can't
It's
determine
focused in
how
the hand.
far it spreads to the body to make that, you know.
Well,
Play.
can
So
I
I
ask you
don't know.
this? Can you prove that it spreads at all besides the focused point?
I mean,
That's what you're claiming. So can you prove that?
yeah, I mean, based on how it's explained, yeah.
Okay, show me something.
Jujutsu makes you faster.
Okay, you're saying that, but can you like prove it? That the jutsu spreads from the single focus point, which is the palm of your hand, throughout other parts of the body. You got a scan or data book or
it's
whatever?
working backwards. So it's like it says, it goes on to say, but it makes you move too fast. So yeah, that's the
No, but I'm not
justification
actually
for it.
about the description of it from like characters in the verse. I'm saying what you just said. So can you prove to me like it can spread at all beyond its focus point, which is the palm of the hand?
No, I'm using that statement to justify that.
And then okay, that's fine. So I've
But
explained
you're
that.
using a different interpretation of that
Yeah.
statement.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the actual what they're saying. It says mastery of Chidori relies heavily on the speed of your strike,
Well, that's a different statement.
and your body's ability to do you think this statement contradicts what's said in the manga?
No, well, I'm saying that I'm looking at the statement from the manga. Well, the manga doesn't say what you just said, so it's not. I don't know if it contradicts, but
I'm saying
that's
what I
not the
just
same
said. You
statement that we're
disagree.
referring to.
Okay, well let's read it again and tell me if you disagree. Mastery of the Chidori relies heavily on the speed of your strike and your body's ability to produce an immense amount of chakra. The combination of focusing your chakra at a single point and the swiftness of your strike creates a unique sound that resembles the sounds of 1,000 birds. Do you disagree with anything that was
Yeah.
stated? Okay, what?
No, but I think we have a different interpretation. So I think when it says it depends on the speed. Like speed does equal strength. We agree?
Not
Like more
necessarily.
speed you strike.
I mean, we're talking about striking, yes, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So like if you strike something
Yeah,
faster,
yeah.
you punch harder. So like
Speed in
that's
general,
my
not
interpretation of
necessarily,
that.
but yes, striking, yeah, sure.
Yeah. So if the faster she strikes the person, the more damage it's gonna do, especially since like Chidori is a piercing technique.
Right.
So that's my interpretation of this. So it's saying the master of Chidori depends on the speed of your strike
I don't
and the
disagree.
amount of chakra. So yeah, I agree. I
So
don't
the
think it's a
combination of
contradiction.
focusing your chakra at a single point and the swiftness of your strike creates a unique sound.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So do you
yeah,
think swiftness
that's
is
your
a
point.
contradiction?
I don't think I need to be bothered with that answering that question because I don't think it gets me where like gets us anywhere. Like you're bringing up like I get it. You're kind of like falling back on interpretation, but I'm still
No,
trying
but
to figure
that's
out.
how I started. That's where I started initially.
No,
I haven't
no,
really changed my
that's fine because like, okay, so here's where I'm at, and then we can maybe like move on or wrap up or whatever. 'Cause I don't know, we got two other people here, but like here's where I'm like the Chidori focuses in one single point. There's no evidence that says it spreads across the arm, and if you say it spreads across the arm, why not spread across the body? And you already said that it doesn't amp the physical movement speed. And then I'm asking you to prove that, and then you're like looking at like descriptions from characters in the verse, and I've already like provided an interpretation. I believe an explanation, but an interpretation for that. So that's why I'm saying like you're not really proving your claims. You're just relying on interpretation.
But you're using an interpretation as well. I just don't agree with yours, and you don't agree with mine.
Yeah, but who's like? Oh, okay, that's fine. I'll grant you
Of
that.
course, you're gonna say
So-
yours is more because that you believe your interpretation. So I don't think that's really a relevant argument.
Yeah, but this is the thing I don't like because now it's hey, I don't want to like maybe like lose the argument, so like I'm gonna try to like stalemate it with like interpretation, and then like we can like break from there. Like it's
It's like I don't like I don't really care, to be honest. But it's more so that like I've heard this argument before. Like this isn't anything new. Like you believe it.
So shouldn't it be
you're
like super easy to like prove
you're
that the
reading-
lightning style makes you faster through Chidori?
No, you're reading the statement and you're interpreting it a different way. I can sit here and say, Mello, you're wrong for believing that, but I don't really care. Like you can interpret it that. Like, I can say, okay, cool, Mello, you can have your interpretation. I don't really care that much, but
How about
this is
this, kiddo?
how I
How about
interpret
this?
it. So that's
We-
just I see it.
We agree
I
to
see.
disagree in peace. Okay. We'll do like
Yeah.
the friendship unison sign. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
We'll come back to another pod, another spar debate on this topic. Maybe we can gather some more information. Come back. So, but yeah, free game dip. So he wanted to end the pod like a long time ago. This, to be honest, Keto Mike, I don't know if you knew, but this is supposed to be like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
We just gave it a full 3 hours.
I just considered I'm gonna upload this Daima video
yapping, bro.
tomorrow. No, it's definitely me in there too. But I'm just uploading this shit tomorrow and fuck it. Give me more time to edit.
Okay.
Right. Oh yeah. I guess that's it. Guys, thank you for pulling up. We appreciate you, Kiddo, as always. Subscribe to Kiddo Monkey if you guys haven't already, but I'm pretty sure everyone has on here. And subscribe to Bar as well. He's gonna be dropping some hot fire shit lately. Okay, so definitely pull up on Bar. Okay, chapter's coming out, so I already know you about to drop a review, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But pretty much. Oh, thanks, chat. Thanks, Keto Maki, for pulling up. Of course, as always, one of the best guests we always have. Yeah.
Facts. All right, boys. Do we? Shout out to our channel members, our subscribers. We appreciate you guys. Shout out to Keto Maki Bar free game. You guys are awesome, and yeah, be safe, be sound, and we'll catch you guys on the next Cloud Ninja podcast. Yeah.
All right, peace out.
All right, later.
All right, Joe.